world has changed. Gone to hell, more like. It started when magic came back. The awakening, some call it. You're rubbing elbows with orcs, elves, even trolls these days. Meanwhile, megacorps bleed the world dry, one board meeting at a time. They own just about everything. But not us. We're Shadowrunners. Mercenaries, operating in the margins, working dangerous jobs for the desperate and the powerful. Being a runner takes more than skill and street smarts. You want to live long enough to get paid, you'll need a team, the right talent for the job. Maybe that's a mage, someone who can fry your enemies with deadly spells. A good decker can jack into the Matrix and bypass the toughest security with grace. Adepts, shaman, and don't forget your street samurai. Packing enough firepower and cyberware to take on a small army. Man, magic, and machine. Takes it all to survive in the shadows. Welcome to the sprawl.
Hi, and welcome to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. Someone's having a conniption over there, so
Guess who?
we'll continue with our announcements while they work their way through those problems and feelings. If you need a check-in, just let me know. Hi guys, my name is Lauren. I will be your GM for this evening, and you are watching Shadowrun Corporate Sins on Hyper RPG, a hyperactive, interactive, community-driven channel made for and by you. Before we begin, I have some important and exciting announcements for you. We are 2, as I have been told, per the number that was written on my sheet, subscribers away from our next Steam Key giveaway. So if you have not yet already, consider subscribing to our channel. You get access to really cool things like our subscriber Discord, where you can participate in the Shadowrun metagame, which is what our session tonight will be revolving around. So if you like the machinations of corporations and making runners do horrible things, that's the place for you to be. You also get money off of our Teespring campaigns, get to play games with the crew, and participate in lots of super awesome giveaways that we do, because we like to give you things. Next thing to know about is that we have a schedule, and I'm going to tell you moments on it. Tomorrow, our weekly affirmations is going to be at 6 p.m. It's a new time, same channel. Here, Hyper RPG.
I'm on it tomorrow
And
night.
Cheryl will be on it. I believe you're playing the 3rd installment of Bluebeard's Bride, a storytelling RPG that Strix, one of our hosts here, was part of creating, that currently has a Kickstarter campaign. I think it's still live.
13 days.
13 days! An unlucky number. Or perhaps a lucky number. I don't know. Depends on your culture. We also have on Friday, Claudia! We'll be starting a new show, Anime Blast! It's Claudia versus the world of anime. I'm guessing there will be some yelling and screaming and probably playing of at least part of a game.
I like to think that I'm not fighting anime. It's actually, we start off as rivals and then we fall in love and we elope together.
Because that is an anime storyline. And then at 6 p.m., Tony, look at all of us being on things here, will be a guest villain on Death from Above! I've been told he's going to play very grimdark, so look forward to that.
Oh, that's a surprise.
I don't know.
But
I'm not even committed to it.
earlier his costume did involve a hat, so
Ooh,
spoilers.
Spoilers. I love hats. I have over 30 hats.
He does.
Do you have a haberdasher?
I wish one day.
Anyway, hi guys! Welcome to Shadowrun Corporate Sins. We're gonna do a quick round of introductions. My name is Lauren, I am your GM. You can find me as @RandomTuesday on the Twitters and the internets in general. Let's go down the lines.
Hey, I'm Dan Poslins. You can find me @DanPoslins on Twitter, and I play Mordecai, the Dwarven Magician, who supports the team through magic and summoning spirits.
Not at all emotionally.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Hi, everybody. I am Cheryl Platts, aka Muppet Aphrodite on Twitter and Twitch, and I play the team's Elvin Decker mainframe. And Decker is like a hacker, and they interact with things on the Matrix, which is essentially the internet, and cleans up often after other people's messes.
Hi, I'm Claudia, or Jackie Dash, JAKIDASH. And you can find me on the internet and on the Twitter that way. I play Fang, who's our cybernetic orc street samurai, which means I fight with swords and guns.
You got it!
I did! I wrote it down, I prepared.
She said to me on her way here, I'm gonna get my introduction right.
I'm adequate.
Yeah, adequate. Hi, I'm Janine. I play Elsie Blackwood, aka Ellie Hawthorne, the 15-year-old face of the group, which is a spy, interrogator, sniper rifle wielder, sometimes a rocket launcher. He's, also likes to steal things. Anywho, I am Admiral Asma on Twitter.
I am Tony Beeman. I am at LBeefus on Twitter, Discord, Twitch, all the things. I'll play Cromwell, who he was a butler, but then Lauren sliced his eyes out, so he can't see anymore. He's blind. He can't really do the butlering anymore, so he's become a non-profit administrator, so to speak, for the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation. And he's also still a physical adept, which means he has magic, which he can imbue into his fists and the rest of his body. So assuming he knows what he's punching, given that he's blind thanks to Lauren, he punches enemies really hard with magic.
Point of order, it was not Lauren, it was As Technology.
And as technology, as played by Lauren.
A subsidiary of Lauren.
Yes.
Ruining players' lives one eyeball at a time. Be careful, and next time they'll cut your tongue out too. You go straight Coriolanus on this shit. All right. All right. So, we also are continuing to do our tips for dice. So if you would like to contribute directly to the action that is happening in front of you on this screen, or your screen, whatever the screen is that you happen to be looking at. If you donate $10 with the name of one of the players using a hashtag, that individual will be provided an extra shiny die to roll. And it's very exciting and makes them good at doing things that they might otherwise be pretty terrible at.
Yep.
And that brings us to what happened last time. Oh, as a quick reminder, if you would like, you can check out our Wikia. It's corpsins.wikia.com. If you are new here, it'll catch you up on a lot of our plot and story, and it will soon be updated.
Do we now get to do the transition?
Yeah.
Previously. Do it at home too, guys, it's fun.
Previously on Shadowrun Corporate Sins, Team MMFEC was hired. Not so much hired. Actually, they were requested to repay a favor. Specifically, Cromwell was requested to pay a favor from Miss J, who is their regular contact, their normal Mrs. Johnson, who provides them with missions on behalf of the Draco Foundation, a group within the Seattle area. It's an international global group that was established to dole out the money from Dunkelzahn's will. Regardless, Miss J needed some family matters taken care of, and she needed an escort down to the conflict zone between the California Free State and Tier Tangier, because her sister was messing things up. So they eventually made it down there. They got through the forest. It was great. Nothing went horribly wrong. There were some wolves. Only one person got injured because of Cromwell being blind. That has nothing to do with me. And they made it to the new shamanic lodge there, and eventually, with the aid of a manifested dragon, turns out was the essentially adoptive mother of Miss J and her sister, Nimue, convincing them that really they were making a terrible mistake and they all needed to leave. So that worked out great for everyone involved. They road tripped back, they got some pancakes, and everyone was, pretty happy, hunky-dory. And it's been over the next 7 weeks or so. They will take some time to do whatever it is they need to do before they're going to be summoned up for another mission. So in that time, we'll resolve maybe with Mordecai, who went off with Nimue and the Shasta shamans to find himself, to really delve into those shamanic roots.
He does a lot of finding himself, I think. Question, Bang.
It's hard to find you because you're so short. That's the joke.
Thanks.
Yeah. No, let's open up this really dark and sad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your apartment have a window on it?
Yes!
So at some point,
Does it open?
You're gonna hear like a tapping on it.
Fang opens the window. What is it?
In bursts Sharky, and he's wearing like a postal carrier's uniform. And he just like with his fins just throws an envelope at you and grins and then disappears.
Do I have to roll to catch it?
I don't think you do.
I mean, now that you've asked, I want you to, but no.
I mean, if you glitch on this, it's gonna change the outcome of a lot of things.
Oh.
I got one hit, so I'm gonna catch it. Hashtag Shadowrun.
So it.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
In it, you find a carefully handwritten letter that says, "Dear Fang, I hope the past weeks have been treating you well. I've ridden you as you requested. I've been spending a lot of time with these Shasta shamans. They're actually really cool, unlike that dickwad blood mage we met. They don't think I'm really ready to get into the ritual spellcasting yet, but by spending time with them and traveling with them as they looked for a new place to put up their lodge, I feel like I've been further able to develop my magical skills. Enclosed, you will find a necklace I made you from the teeth of that alpha hound that you killed. To be clear, it is in no way magical.
Oh, it's fine.
I already used the teeth as reagents, so they're spent as far as mana goes. But I thought you might like to have it as a memory of our trip. I will see you shortly when I get back to Seattle. Signed, Mordecai.
And it's it doesn't burst into flames I
It
assume.
doesn't burst
Okay.
into flames.
Wasn't a howler.
No, I just assumed that anything magic goes away very quickly.
Again, the letter was not magic, right?
The letter was not magic.
Just the delivery.
Just the delivery. And so Mordecai's magic attribute goes up by 1 at the end of the time that he spends with the shamans.
What does the letter smell like?
Grease.
Grease. I'm gonna. Fang's gonna sniff a little bit harder and hopefully smell some plants.
Yeah, no, there's some fragrance. It was also sitting there with some teeth.
Yeah, no.
It smells like teeth?
This is so cool. Hopefully it smells like that dire wolf's blood, because that's really metal.
Do you not clean things before you use them for reagents?
Oh no, they need to be cleaned.
Good.
How clean?
Enough.
Fang will totally be wearing this as a necklace.
To be clear, Mordecai doesn't normally create his own reagents, but this was sort of part of working with the shamans. They wanted to clean up after the mess, basically, that had been created by MMFEC. So.
Yeah, you kind of infect that up, so.
Fang will take the letter, and there's a bulletin board in her room that it's got a bunch of pictures on it and a bunch of string tied between lines, and there's even a memory card because they still have those, and she's gonna put it over that and pin it in, and she will be wearing that Fang until she dies.
Hopefully not too soon.
For a long time.
Depends on.
Dang it.
It's like a week.
Is that all you got?
That's it.
So, are we just gonna go down the line?
Yeah, let's do that, unless anyone wants to jump in.
Okay, so picture. So first off, it's back to school season. So Mainframe spends some time with disadvantaged children, giving them fake sins so they can go to school. Because that's the only way you can get in the school system is to have a national sin. And so there's like a shadow. She makes a little sort of side pro bono business where she kind of reaches out to some folks and looks for students and does that in order to just kind of build up some karma. And that may be an ongoing project for her, but she spends a couple of weeks doing that. At the same time, picture a training montage, if you will. Picture Mainframe dressed as basically her avatar, like, you know, it's sort of like her avatar, or like Olivia Newton-John from Xanadu. So she spends a lot of time like roller skating and like working on her just kind of working on her responses and her agility. She also spends some time at the gun range, still dressed like Olivia Newton-John, you know, with little ribbons in her hair or whatever, working on her shots.
Mainframe.
Yeah, exactly.
They call her Mainframe.
Yeah, she's having a good. She might even.
There's a soundtrack that she brings with her.
Yes, she's definitely rocking out, spinning around. Even when she's skating, she's like invisible gunning things. She's having this is cathartic for her, and at the end, her agility goes up by 1 point. And it's an extended period. She also continues her research on Captain Moore. Is there anything else that she uncovers after an extended?
Yeah. Let's do. Okay, so the last time, what did you find out? That was
about the ups and downs on his business.
Ups and downs on his business.
She's got a notebook.
Yeah, I
to go
I'm
back
sort
to
of
where I
wondering.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and give me another extended test.
Uh, 12.
12. Okay. How much time did you kind of want to spend?
It's like a day or two.
You know,
I
like
mean,
an hour sort of periodically.
Yeah, it's periodically. It's definitely like, you know how it is when you're dating someone, you think about them and then you look at
stalk them
something
on
and then it's been like 2 hours and you're stalking them. That kind of thing progresses.
Not creepy at all. Not at all. So the main things you get are like he's still working at Wuxing. You can kind of pick up a couple of pieces of like the jobs that he's had at Wuxing. When he started, he was not a captain. And that was about 5 years ago. About 5 years ago. He was not a captain. He kind of worked his way up the ranks. He's got a lot of commendations for good leadership, generally approved of within Wuxing. When he was originally referred to Wuxing by another individual, and you can see like his referral on there.
Who was that individual?
You asked me to make it the NPC name right now. Yeah, that's the thing that's gonna happen.
Oh, can I help?
No.
I'm great at making up names.
Make up a name.
Samantha Rodriguez.
Nope. It was James Grant.
James Grant. All right. And does she find out anything else about the nature of his company going out of business? Like, was it just kind of normal, or was there anything sketchy about it? You'd said it was up and down, and then
it went up and down, and then it kind of tanked over time. It, as far as you could tell, it seems like a significant portion of the company and like stock in or ownership in the company was lost in a divorce.
Well, there you go. I don't know if Mainframe realized he was married to her and that she was not the ex-girlfriend. So that's okay. So we'll just continue. Nothing yet is super alarming. So she invites him out roller skating.
He is terrible at roller skating, surprisingly enough, for someone who was quite athletic.
So after that, we just sit at the snack bar.
He falls over at least 5 times.
At the snack bar?
On the way to the
I'm
snack bar.
capable of
He
doing
forgets to take the roller skates off, like, and he's trying to walk on the carpet, you know? If you've ever been at a roller rink.
And
roller skating is very dangerous. Wear your protective gear.
Men of the sea have trouble staying on their feet. So
He always has sea legs.
just like wobbly roller skating. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, Captain Moore. Okay, last but not least, she after several weeks and kind of getting her affairs in order and talking to Miss J, she makes a return visit to Jack Point the first time. She's still kind of very low level. I'm not even. She's allowed into the lobby. I'm allowed in the lobby again. And Cloud9 and I play some Pong because we're kind of hipster about that shit. Games. So yeah, there's some really old school stuff there. Cloud9 is a person I met way back.
It is the digital persona
Peter
of
Winther.
Cloud.
Yeah. He helped us with Peter Winther, tracking him down. And she's granted access to her first board, which is sort of a corporate knowledge.
Yeah. It's basically, you're like an intern for Jack Point now. Like, your job is to bring them juicy bits of information about corporations, and then higher ups get to take credit for it.
But one day.
And so she's just. She really never thought that she would get anywhere close to this, so she's trying to be cool. That's all. She spends the last part of her break just trying to be cool. And she reaches out to Elsie and asks for Elsie?
Yeah.
How when you were hanging out with the cool girls,
You mean the murdery ones?
yes, that is
Oh, yeah.
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 But I'm more interested in this particular instance in the coolness and the murdering. It is correct. Do you have any advice for not seeming uncool? I don't know. It's normally I'm very confident, but I am finding myself in an environment where I am not as confident.
Are they girls or are they girls and guys and non-binary people?
It is binary mix.
Okay.
There's no real concept of gender on the Matrix.
No, I just
know.
You know,
girls
there's clouds.
Groups of girls are difficult. But I would say probably is your first few interactions they'll try to figure out what status you are, and probably a few of them will try to alpha you. And so I would just suggest being friendly, but also with your eyes be like, I will end you.
Interesting. I could do that.
I don't
with
know
my
how that works
persona.
on the Matrix because mostly it's in person. It's just
I could make them glow or something. It's good advice. I can look into
yeah,
it.
just friendly, but don't fuck with me. It was bad.
Be like a beholder.
What's that?
It's the floating eye.
Mainframe probably knows what a beholder is, and Mordecai would have no idea.
Mordecai's not part of this
Mordecai's
conversation. So.
He's in a tree somewhere.
This is
But yeah, I mean that's I think that's I don't know if that's really how to be cool. That's more how not to get shivved in prison. Is it like prison?
No.
Oh, okay.
Some of them may be in prison, I'm not sure, but
Oh.
it's probably not prison in general. But some of them are dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. Do you need any help with your Matrix homework?
Yeah.
All right. You just let me know what night, and we can do a sleepover and work on your shit.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
How are you holding up with the whole Cromwell thing?
It's okay. I just I have a lot of school.
When was the last time you slept?
I don't know.
Sleep is helpful.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
There's a troll in the apartment, and it's like sleeping through a thunderstorm. So, and then sometimes he walks through walls, which is bad.
oh
so.
God, that can't.
He walks just through them.
Yeah, he might you know how you walk through a doorway, and I don't know, you ever done that? You're walking down, a hallway or something, and you just kind of for some reason bump into a wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he takes a divot out of the wall when he does it, so
Well, at least he didn't.
hits a door frame, and I have a troll-shaped hole in the door frame now, so I don't really.
You're definitely not getting your security deposit back.
I know.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's good though. It's great. He's here. It's great. It's good.
Well, you let me know if there's anything I can do to help out.
Okay.
Alright, mainframe's done.
Hank?
A couple questions first.
Yeah.
Just before I get into the deep stuff. Fang checks on the Lottie once during this time.
Yep.
This time
Just once in the 7 weeks?
Just once in the 7 weeks. This time she brings her energy bars, like the kind that you work out for, because, you know.
She's still there.
Oh, good. We have a very short conversation. You know, Fang talks about how, you know, she's on the verge of, like, lots of new opportunities. She shows off her Fang.
That's very nice. Do you have a boyfriend who gave you this?
No, Big Papa.
Oh, you
Papa.
have sugar daddy that gave you this.
No. Like, he's actually small. I know things are hard for you because I don't know what your relationship was with your father. I'm not your psychiatrist.
No, but how is psychiatrist doing? She was a lovely child.
She's teaching me how to punch.
Oh, I like her. When I am available, I will teach you the kicking. I'm very good at it.
Yes.
I can cut off man's head with foot.
No, we don't do that. I'm assuming like we don't get the small intimate room. We get like the glass.
No, don't worry. I don't have the blades right now.
Great. That is the interaction there.
Just like leave an energy bar and walk.
No, there's like a pack. Like I'm assuming Fang tried to dress it up, like with duct tape ribbon. Like that's the sound duct tape makes.
I would not quit your day job to become a rapper of things.
But yeah, it's just like we're working on that being good. We probably practice like complimenting without stabbing. Like, hello. When you see someone, you're like, they are nice.
I'm sorry. I'm just enjoying that Fang is trying to teach her this. Like, please. Okay. So here's the situation. I am robbing bank.
Okay.
I'm robbing
We're
bank.
not going to be, but okay.
Okay. So I am robbing convenience store.
Better. Continue.
Okay. So and I say to clerk, you must give me all your money or I kill you. What should I do differently then to make more friends?
I would first start off by instead, you know, getting a job. But I know that's hard for you because the criminal sin, I get that. So instead, be like, hey, you have a wonderful store here. I would hate for something bad to happen to it.
And then I hold the knife to their neck. Excellent, thank you. I'm going to go now to do my exercise.
Good. I think that was better.
She walks away in her little booty shorts. She's real proud of her legs.
Yeah, I know.
You mention every time.
That's why you buy them the booty shorts. Girl.
Up on the table. I don't know how much of that worked.
Yeah, there's a little bit of kneecap.
Good.
I think that helped. I think the karma of the world is now risen.
Yeah.
Good. And then she actually does do the thing where she calls up Elsie, and it's like with the trids, diddle-doo-doo-da, diddle-doo-doo-da.
Yeah.
Hi.
Did you give Fang her own ringtone by any chance?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like a heavy metal to dirt, 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 dirt. Every time, on my end, every time she calls.
so I've noticed that you are exceptional at not dying and sometimes hitting people with your electricity hand.
Yeah, it's my taser glove and it's awesome.
It is. I also have a new taser glove, except it's built into my hand. I would like to be able to start using that, and I feel like you are definitely the person to teach me.
You want me to teach you to use the taser glove
I
that is
want-
your hand? You want me to teach you to use your hand that's attached to you?
Yeah. I am really good at stabbing. I have been trained all my life to stab and shoot people. Since I was very small, smaller than you even. I would like to try and try to use other ways. Because at this point, the reason why I am so good at stabbing is because it's easy and that is the safest way to deal with a problem. That is a problem for you guys. But if you teach me a new way to deal with problems, then maybe I can be good.
So you want me to help you be a better person is what I'm hearing you say.
Yes, through punching.
Through dazing somebody until they're unconscious
Yes.
rather than having to kill them, right?
Yeah.
Rather than stabbing their guts out.
Cause I am, the best thing I'm at is stabbing.
Yeah.
And that is something that I think I don't want to be the best at anymore.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can. I mean, Cromwell should kind of taught me a lot of unarmed combat, and as did my family. But I don't use the eye gouges and things like that anymore because it's just
Messy. Gouging out an eye is messy.
yeah. But yeah, we should totally
did not engage.
we can spar and stuff.
Engaged.
It'll be really good.
Yeah, we can do that, and I won't hurt you, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, you won't hurt me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Cromwell will kill me if I hurt you. I won't
Can't
actually
hurt
hurt
me.
you. Okay, good.
No. See, you're really big and strong, but I'm really fast, and yeah, I could. You would have to I mean, if you got your hands on me and then yeah, but
Yeah.
you have to catch me first.
Okay, great. Let's do it like a thing.
Training session.
Or montage. My hands don't work like your hands. Oh. Bang is just in the pretender. Ha! Ha!
Just doing this, and that you're this is the first problem.
We're Shadowrunners.
All right. So let's talk about open-handed slaps. And it goes on that.
Now, what happens when they come from the behind you?
And then, at one point, Elsie's like, so you want to take your fist, and instead of making a fist, you want to make a lion's paw, and then you want to put this in their throat.
Oh!
Yeah. So it won't kill them and just, break their windpipe.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's like stabbing with the knife, but instead of a knife, I'm using my hand.
Blunt force.
Ah. And by that, Fang goes up 2 levels in an combat.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was in Dark Wood. And friendship point with Elsie.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, we're tracking friendship.
We're not.
Da, da, da.
Oh, I'm sorry, we are. You're right.
And also, she said the world's karma goes up, and you agreed. So how much karma do we all get?
I get all of it. I get 8 billion karma.
Oh.
Wow, Fang is very
What else
powerful.
is new?
Well, it's the world. Elsie, how's your downtime?
Yeah, so Elsie comes back from, the woods trip, and within the first week of being back and having Cromwell living with her, she has her conversation with Mainframe about, during kind of the beginning of the rest, and it's just kind of figuring out that having a dog and a troll in a 600 square foot apartment is not ideal.
Oh, no, it's not.
No.
Oh, I'm stuck in the bathroom again. My horns are in the ceiling.
Elsie's just there's 3 beings living here, and between the 3 of us, there's only 3 functioning eyes.
Oh.
So she's got a blind troll. She's got a small dog that can only see out of one eye, although he has a cyber eye. But yeah, so she's she wakes up, one morning after Cromwell's gotten stuck in the tub again, and is just that's it. We're finding a new place to live. And she goes and starts kind of hunting for real estate in the Fremont area, and she decides that she very very easily kind of finds the place that she's wanting, which is a house, and ends up negotiating quite a bit for it, quite a bit down for it. But it's a large, I mean it's an old house, but it's kind of 2 bedrooms plus another space and a small garage, so she can get set up in the Harley. And she tells Cromwell, like, we're going to move. We'll be closer to your old place under the bridge.
Right.
And it's just, this place is going to be a little bit more troll friendly. The entryway, the door frames and things are bigger. And
It's intended for larger creatures.
yes.
Are you sure? I feel like I'm intruding on your space. I mean, what if you want to bring boys over?
I don't want to bring boys over.
Well, girls in. Whatever you want to bring over.
I'm not saying.
I
I'm
mean-
just saying I won't bring people over.
I mean, I'm okay with it in one way of thinking about it,
Well,
but
what
on
if
the
you wanna
other, if I
bring-
don't like one of the ones you bring over, I might throw them out the window. You know, I get angry sometimes.
Well,
I'm a little protective.
I'm not gonna like anybody that you don't like.
All right. Well, if
And what
I'm...
if, like, you have somebody over, like, friends of ours or somebody in our MFEC team? You want to have a visitor? I'm okay with that. If you want to have a guest.
I'm suddenly very uncomfortable.
I'm sorry. Do you need a pillow?
No, never mind. It's just... I'm British. I don't talk about these things.
Well, I don't like talking about them either.
Well, all right then, that's resolved. It. We'll just not talk about it until we get to it.
Yep. So it doesn't take them too long to move.
Cromwell just picks all their stuff up, all Elsie's stuff up, and carries it down probably a few blocks down the Fremont.
Yeah. And we set up a couple different areas in the house. We put the Harley in the garage, and I try to create like some nice, like, troll friendly and good access
For the blind.
Yeah.
Cromwell tries to put together whatever the Eskia furniture, the Seder Krupp furniture company, but given his blindness, everything gets put together all wrong.
Yeah, so after they get moved, Elsie is like, okay, I'm going to, until we do the next run, I'm really going to work on my schoolwork because I'm still really behind in history. So she is just like, for a couple weeks, doing nothing but reading history books until Fang calls her. And she's like, yeah, let's go spar. She feels a little bit better about Fang. It's like, doing some non-lethal damage, but yeah, that's what Elsie does.
Cromwell.
All right, on the way back from Shasta Mountain, Mount Shasta, through Tier Tangier, Cromwell he really has a hard time with he does not feel he was very effective as a Shadowrunner the whole way. It's kind of gotten to him. He definitely has an uncertain future as a runner, especially with his vision loss. But when he gets back to Seattle, he's distracted because when he came back from Azatlan, he brought back several of Evo's X-10 drones that were piled up outside the walls, having been shot down by As Technologies drones. And he always likes Evo. They hired him to test doors once in a workshop, so he takes it to the local Evo subsidiary and drops them off. And a couple of weeks later, while he's in Mount Shasta, when he gets back, he finds that the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation has been gifted 2 billion Nuyen. And so he immediately tries to withdraw it, and is informed by the Draco Foundation he can only use it for charitable purposes, which is his intent.
It's actually against the law to use foundation money to pay for personal items.
Like
That is
portraits.
exactly what they say to him when he goes in. You're like talking to like one of the HR people.
I heard in
She's
the-
like, this is what we do. We are a foundation.
I heard in the fifth world that people could do that, though. They
Just
could even
because
run
you
for
can.
president.
Still illegal.
Should.
Here's what Cromwell does. He's got to have people to administer this, so he contacts the following people. Merc the Troll, who currently is working at Best.
I want to hear your brain trust.
He brings Merc the Troll in on this. Maris the Tea Vendor, if she's willing.
Oh no, of course now. Oh.
What? You just be doing a little bit of, paperwork. And,
With the children, we absolutely love them.
resources, mostly. I'll need some of your contacts.
Oh, there are no matter of them, no.
Is Granny Powell available?
Yeah, she'd be super
really
into
great.
it.
Yeah.
Can I run? I can run a troop?
Of course you can. You can
Oh,
even have
well,
your
that
own
just sounds lovely.
Corp Scout group, everything like that. And with your technology background, I thought you might have some, useful skills to teach the little ones.
Well, I can certainly think of a few things I might do.
Right.
Magic.
He visits Cromwell also visits Lottie.
Hello.
Right.
Wait. Do you go before or after Fang?
I don't know. It's
I don't
pretty
know.
early on in this time.
I don't
frame.
actually know what time in the frame. Roll it. I don't
Okay.
actually know.
This
Higher
is
goes
about
first.
week 1 in our breaks.
Cromwell goes first.
Good.
So she's still there.
Hello. I don't
Well, I
believe.
clarified she was there and Fang went after.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting in person, but
I don't know why you are talking to me, but that is okay.
I trust you got my message and my
Oh.
deposit, my retainer.
Yes.
That retainer is still, let's say, on retainer from when you get out, because you and I have a mutual enemy that I might want to hire you to look into.
I believe that is the case, yes.
But in the meantime, I could use some help, and given who you are and your philosophy as I understand it, when I say help, I mean work that I pay you for.
That sounds like the kind of help I can offer, depending on what it is and the payment.
Well, let's talk about the job first. I need you to keep an eye on prospective criminals, what is leaving the prison system, and might be good with children. The kind that they're not homicidal.
What do you mean by good with children? Like good with killing them or good with making sure they don't die?
Actually, quite the opposite. Those that might not kill the children. Those that might have a problem with that might have a line that stops them where short of killing or maiming a child.
Do they need to be good at, say, not killing or maiming adults as well?
I'm okay with that. As long as they can be kept somewhat in line. It's mostly the children.
And would you say they need to have other skills other than not being child murderers?
I would prefer they be the type that would be willing to go on a run or two, yes. I'm gonna need
Right.
a very large number of runners in the near future, and I'd like to outperform the prison population by putting them to work as Shadowrunners.
I realize many of them are here because they weren't working as Shadowrunners, right?
Right, well, at least I'll be putting them in on a kind of good kind of Shadowrun.
You are a very strange troll.
Well, it's not my fault. It's the bear guy. He got my head and changed things, and that's the way I run.
Right. I will do my best to find suitable candidates that are leaving, but bear in mind that the part of the prison that I am in is not known for having the nice people.
Right. Well, if you give me a sin to deposit money to, I'm certain you've got ways of getting me that sin. I'll make sure you get weekly payments.
Look, this sounds like an exciting proposition.
Right. Welcome to Magnuson Cromwell Foundation. You're our prime recruiter.
Oh, my god.
What is going on?
For anyone who wanted to know what would happen if you gave Cromwell 2 billion new yen.
Thanks, Evo.
All right.
Alpha table is scared. Table
Oh my
up.
god.
Now, the rest of, in fact, doesn't know about the Magnuson
No,
Cromwell
no,
Foundation,
no,
but
wait. Does Lottie tell?
We can never know.
She doesn't know that you two are connected.
Oh.
I mean, she probably vaguely guesses that you are based on like when she got the stuff from Cromwell. So Cromwell, Lottie Sokolov, for those who don't know, was a criminal that
What's you?
They got information out of while she was in prison, and she made great friends with
Scarlet
Fang.
Fire.
With a Y.
And so Cromwell had given her the retainer to potentially get her to work with him or for him when she was released, legal or illegally. So she is a murderous lady with the beautiful
And now
cyber
she's the
legs.
prime recruiter
Now
for
she's
the
the
Magnuson
recruiter.
Cromwell Foundation.
She's got cybernetic legs.
Foundation currently dedicated for working with children.
Cromwell, and specifically to work with children on the street and make sure they're not racist for the most part, and that they've got the skills to look after themselves and
To be
not end
clear,
up.
Cromwell
in
did not
gangs.
point out that these Shadowrunners should not be racist.
Right, well, he has a plan for that.
Wait, is this the mission statement? Is this like the Magnuson Cromwell?
The Magnuson Cromwell Foundation.
That'll be like one of our
dedicated
runs.
to the recruitment and
It's
embedment
called,
of the
one of our
urchins
runs will be
Seattle.
to take down the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation.
So this program is called the Runs for Runts. Shadow Runs for Runts.
The runs.
I need to rethink that.
Shadowruns?
Well, just thought of that name, and now I see a problematic.
How about runt runners?
Rump runners, right.
The
So
hunters.
Cromwell brings Elsie in. Elsie, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah.
Since we're going to be living in the same house, I might as well tell you.
My God.
In the last couple of months, I sort of started a multi-billion.
The ring. What?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Are we? Oh, go on.
In the next couple of months, I started a multi-billion-dollar Arnuian foundation for children,
What?
just in my spare time.
Billion?
Right, well, it was an evil corporation. It was very nice, and
They gave you money?
well, they was very thankful for us rescuing those blind people. And then when I was blind, they
I'm paying for this house. Why didn't you say this before now?
I'm not allowed to use the money on myself or my friends.
Oh.
Just on random strangers. That's how I don't understand it, but that's the way nonprofits work. As long as you don't know the people, you can spend whatever money you want on them. And the harder a time they're having, the more money you can spend on them. So, I thought you should know about this, and maybe you could help me. I need to interview a runner just this afternoon, and I realized I can't even see my way into my new office.
You have an office?
Oh, the place I used to live under the Aurora Bridge.
Your office. Okay.
Right.
Does Barnaby chill out
yeah.
your office?
So I forgot to mention the final employee of the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation is Barnaby, the dog. He's there for he's like a companion pet for any children who've gone through trauma. Like they used to give teddy bears to
Dog
children.
therapy. Yeah, no, that's
This
a
is-
thing.
This is it's a dog that looks like a real bear. So
Wait, does it have a permit? Does it wear one of those little vests?
Yeah,
I
do you
gave
have
it
a
a
service
permit,
animal
yeah.
permit for it?
yeah,
Service
mainframe.
animal.
I specifically paid mainframe for a permit.
He has to contact me to get me to change it to service animal because originally it was just pet.
All right, can you what's the name of that test we had to get for Captain Pickles? The
The good
the
citizenship
good
test.
citizenship. I'm sure he'd
the
pass.
test you put
I'm
dog
sure
through.
he'd pass it if we did it, but let's just put it on a permit and not do the test part.
Oh my God.
Just to be clear, if I put this flag on the permit, I am not personally responsible for any of Barnaby's actions.
Oh, of course not. But it's charitable if that makes it better.
Sure. Sure. I will sleep better at night with that. Sure. Great.
You get a,
Against her better judgment, she goes ahead and updates the
you get a strange payment from the MCF for that work.
Tax deductible.
It's a
Yes.
tax deductible payment.
Wait, what is a tax deductible payment?
No, it wouldn't be because you're being paid for a
yeah, but
service.
it's payment. That's
Yeah.
mainframe is very perplexed. That was she did not.
All right, the last part. I've got an interview with a Shadowrunner.
Great.
I've got multiple, but we'll just play one out, maybe. All right, so
Elsie puts on a little suit.
the name Samantha?
Sometimes I get in trouble at the
Yes,
negotiating.
it's Samantha.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez? Samantha Rodriguez comes into your office.
All right. What metatype is she?
Work.
All right then. Go get get that human child from Azatlan. What got attacked by that mage?
Yeah.
Why are they in Seattle?
Oh, the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation seeks out children all over the world. There was this boy in Azatlan who he was out on the street and he thought there was ice cream. And he went running out, and an evil mage, probably a blood mage, attacked him and traumatized him. The Magnuson Cromwell Foundation received reports of this from locals in the city, and once he was cleared, he was brought to Seattle, where the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation could look after him.
They can spend some of their money on a slander suit.
I don't.
Seems ridiculously complicated.
Question.
No, it makes complete sense.
I'm pretty sure he had a parent.
Like, I'm pretty
No,
sure
that's
it's more traumatizing for the child to be uprooted from their city, moved somewhere else, and forced to
Oh.
participate in this program.
Well, I'll find.
How about, that orphan?
I assume. Well, I thought he was running around the streets, and didn't a lot of the parents die due to shark attacks and also disease.
Mage is not happy.
I heard there was at least 3 children who said a shark from the ocean was flying through the air and bit a man in half. But anyway, all right. Well, get one of the humans. It doesn't matter which one, really.
Okay.
All right. You're a runner.
Oh, am I
Oh,
gonna?
no, I think I'm Samantha.
All right. I'll need to hire you for a solo run.
We just have a few questions that we would like to pose. Do you participate in blood magic?
No.
Long pause.
I've been on a few runs.
Okay. Are you, or have you been engaging in any human sacrifice?
No.
Is there anything beyond the normal stuff that you're hiding from us?
Define normal?
Like your real name, where you live,
I think some of these runners we're gonna have to let that one go.
No.
That's all those are the main ones.
All right.
Okay, so solo run.
Yes, it will be a non-lethal mission. It's not a wet work, so I need you to apply discretion and not kill anyone.
Okay.
Stunnings are okay. Slight maimings.
Mild maimings.
Slight maimings.
Like, where do you draw the line at limb loss?
Let's say,
Yeah.
right, if theoretically a person has a certain amount of essence to their being and you were to remove some of that
Right.
essence, that would be a line too far.
Okay.
A line too far? A mile too far? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Here's the job. You are to escort a package into the Soy Cone Ice Cream Foundry on Pike and 5th. Rumor has it they have a batch of real ice cream. You are to obtain a sample of the real ice cream, and you are to give it to the package. And
Sorry, I'm supposed to give the ice cream to the package?
right, and the package will, in the meanwhile, observe your skillfulness.
What is the package?
Oh, it's just bring in the package. This is Timmy.
Does he walk with a limp leg?
Yes.
Timmy's 8.
Timmy creature, whatever it is. Cratchit. Thanks.
Yes.
I don't know.
He's
my
8.
hair.
And just
You want me to babysit a child?
No.
This is a child in training program.
We are an
So
active...
a baby?
Oh my god.
He's not a baby. Look, I gutted a man when I was his age. Children at this age can do many things. Also, he will have something with him to help. And Cromwell pulls out a box from many boxes.
Oh no.
This is an Evo Nightingale drone, what has been reskinned as a crow. He will have complete access to it. It's basically a drone. It's a reskinned pigeon drone, which looks like a real bird.
Okay.
Has a camera on it. and a microphone on it.
Okay. So, to be clear, I'm on the hook if something were to happen to the child.
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
Give me a negotiation.
So for people who are not there,
Yeah.
we are taking a child from Aslan. Took it to
No,
Seattle.
this is a kid from
They're
Seattle.
mostly locals.
Okay, taking him into an ice cream factory
Getting him ice cream.
and then pulling him out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, calling him a package.
Yeah.
And teaching him valuable skills useful for survival in the Sixth World along the way.
We're gonna have to go on a mission to take down
The
Magnuson Cromwell
MCF
Foundation.
Foundation.
Really, by his age, I had already lifted several cars.
Right.
So,
Does the kid want to do this? Like, do you want to do this, kid?
yeah, kid wants to do this.
I would assume so. What child wouldn't? I mean, it's ice cream.
Have you asked him?
Well there, Timmy. Would you like to go into a factory and have some real ice cream?
Ice cream?
And with this person, who's going to be your friend?
You look nice.
Like a big
Can I get
sister.
a hug?
Oh my
No.
god.
He's a young age.
Na na na
What-
na 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 best friends. Na na na.
How many hits?
8.
She will take the job. Samantha Rodriguez will escort Timmy Cratchit to the ice cream factory.
All right. The long shot of this is Cromwell has invested most of the money, but he's kept enough to purchase 1,000 of these drones and over time hire 1,000 Shadowrunners to go on runs with 1,000 orphans. Each orphan gets one of these drones. The drone's completely in their control, but it does report back on the health of the child and images to the foundation just so they can make sure the children are staying up to good acts. And every child is paired with a runner of a different meta type.
Oh.
Big brother.
And they're called Cromwell's Eyes.
Oh.
God damn it.
And we have a bunch of we basically leave the small window to the attic of the house open, and so that's where like the birds can come in and report.
You have a rookery.
Is there like a roll to see how many of these children are brutally murdered?
None.
I will make some rolls in the background
No.
periodically. It's gonna be like one a week maybe.
This is no.
Yeah, we'll see how long it takes
And
the
or
foundation to
eaten
get
by a
started.
bear. Just saying.
Barnaby has never eaten a child.
He hasn't had
Not
a child.
not that
Access to a
not
child.
that he's a bear.
No, that's not really right. I said I'd lifted cars by his age, but I really hadn't. I didn't do any of that work till you and I.
Well, most
Like, you taught me how. I mean, I was along, but I really didn't do it.
Look, we're
I
not
wasn't, like,
we're not
independent running
insane.
at that
All
age.
these children are 10 or older.
You just had one of them was clearly 8.
Well, this one's 8, but
Mentally, he's older.
Okay.
So, the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation.
outside of that,
Continues.
as much as Cromwell enjoys this, he still has a niggling feeling that he doesn't know what he's going to do when he has to Shadowrun again. And yet he knows that's in him, so he doesn't have resolution on that. He just feels a little bit better because he believes he's taking care of children.
And on that note, with the Magnuson Cromwell Foundation on its way to bettering the lives of some children, the election is heating up for governor of the Seattle Metroplex.
Yes.
And MMFEC is contacted by Ms. J. Is this we're all doing this now? MMFEC is contacted by Ms. J and asked to come meet her at the Rapid Rabbit Tavern for a mission, for a job.
I figure back and like, great, we will see you there.
It's cool. So we're towards the end of August now. A couple months away from when the actual election will be taking place. Miss J will meet you in the customary room upstairs with her usual retinue. So she is clearly here on Foundation business. It was good to see all of you. It's been a while.
How are you feeling?
Better. Somewhat relieved.
Mordecai is
Confident
wearing,
that things will return to chaos, as they do.
Mordecai is wearing sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt, and he looks like he's just been back from vacation. His skin is even ruddier than normal. He's just
He have seashells in his hair. in his
Yeah.
beard.
Is it braided?
Oh yeah, he's always had braids in his beard though.
I know, but like, it's all of it.
It's not all braided, no. But it's a little frizzier than normal.
I trust you had a good time.
Yeah, those shamans are they're quite the kooky clan, but they're
Certainly a way of describing them.
good with magic.
Can't deny that.
How's your sister?
Still activisting.
Yeah, we didn't talk too much about the whole encounter. I don't know. She didn't seem like it was something she really wanted to delve into.
No, I think she's still mad at me.
I got the sense she might be more mad at herself.
Perhaps. It's hard to say. Has to be is a dragon, and therefore often hard to understand by us humans. Mortals, meta-humans. Non-immortal dragon creatures.
Well, that's a mouthful.
Too soon. Frogs in the mouth, dragons, mouthful.
I would suggest you not argue with a dragon again.
Right, well, I'll put that on my list. I just thought I was not supposed to make deals with them. It didn't say anything about not yelling at them.
I assumed that was implied.
Oh, goodness.
So, we would love to hear the news.
I'm certain, to some extent, some of you have chosen to keep up with the news of the current gubernatorial race in the Seattle Metroplex, and there has been a significant influx of candidates since Brackhaven's resignation and the realization that this election is perhaps less rigged than it has been in the past. The corporations are floundering to back a single candidate, and it's unlikely they will manage to get their act together in time. So it seems that everyone's putting someone else forward. Regardless, though I have personal preferences, that is not the area of concern right now. We intended to keep this election fair and free, and there is something rather concerning about a number of the candidates. More than should be the case. Do you know of the presumed dead Shiawase executive, Arslan?
Yeah.
It was a big deal.
What do you mean, presumed dead?
Well, there
thought
have
it was
been
just
a number of sightings of individuals who match Arslan's description. I'm sure you heard of the one downtown, the homeless man who was taken away by what turned out not to be Renraku.
Yeah.
It was a Renraku van that had been stolen. Not a bitchin' one, just a regular one.
All right. I didn't hear about any of this anyway. So.
I'm sure you didn't. So I'm
Wait,
telling
wait.
you now.
All right.
What does he look like again?
A fairly nondescript, well-dressed Japanese gentleman.
Right, I knew I'd seen his pic. I saw him in the middle of that mana storm on the astral plane while we were down by Mount Shasta. He just walked by and stared at Mordecai and then disappeared.
We'll circle back to that because I have a lot of questions about that.
Interesting. Regardless, it seems that a number of these candidates have backgrounds that don't match up with what they're saying. They seem to have appeared in existence, and when we have done some digging, as is my job to know as much as I can about everyone, their stories don't check out. And there have been rumors that these individuals, these that have appeared, that match the description of Arslan, may be clones.
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 Do clones have rights?
No.
Okay. That was a Claudia question.
Clones,
That wasn't-
No, that was also a yeah.
Clones of anyone just in particular.
Clones only have rights if they have a sin.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They're not very common. Most clone experiments have failed.
Yes.
And you think there's more than one in the candidates?
Yes.
Why would someone stuff a ballot with clones? They're just splitting the vote even further.
It's the ultimate puppet.
But then you just have one. Why would you have more than one? One puppet's good.
The motivation behind this is certainly unclear. There seems to be very disparate connections that we're still piecing together, but regardless, it's somewhat concerning. If these individuals have any sort of memory tampering, are not in control of their own faculties, are being puppeted by someone else,
They may not even know they're clones.
they may not know they're clones. And that poses what we believe to be a significant risk should anyone vote for them, to the safety and security and equality and freedom of the Seattle area.
But they're still metahumans, right? Like, even if they're clones, they have, like...
Depends on the stability of the clone.
They have souls, though, don't they?
Again, it depends on how the clone was created. If they are produced in such a way that the memories are artificial, they may be unstable, both mentally and physically.
So, your take on this is that somebody cloned a person a bunch of times and then made them run for governor of Seattle.
I suspect they're doing more than just that, but that is a piece of the puzzle.
Wait, so... I'm confused. I thought it was... There was, like, 10 candidates that were all separate, and they killed all those and cloned them, and so...
No.
Okay.
Different. They're all
What we
the
would
same
like
clone.
you to do is to confirm by collecting a DNA sample from 3 of the individuals. We have a DNA sample of the gentleman who was captured from downtown
In the Renraku van.
in the Renraku van. I contacted another group to acquire that. Or, sorry, we would also like to collect that one. I am contacting you as a group to acquire that.
Oh, so we don't have that DNA.
No. We want to confirm
Oh,
he is
okay.
the most likely candidate to be a clone. We want to confirm if these governor candidates, from at least 2 of them, if they match.
What about, is Josephine Jugashvili running?
She has kindly given us a DNA sample. She is not a clone.
Congratulations.
But yes, she is running.
So, aside from the homeless person, have you identified specific targets that you want?
Yes. One is Crund Alfonso.
Gesundheit.
Wait. Alfonso?
Crund Alfonso.
Okay.
Oh, he's the one that's running on the really weird platform, huh?
As Technology. As in previous As Technology executive. Current, As Technology executive. There's also Alonso Solis.
So there's Alfonso and Alonso.
Crund and Alfonso. Alonso.
Okay.
Crund and Alonso.
What's Alonso's platform?
He is from the New Century Party. They are a somewhat wild card party, very much an uncertain candidate. They are the newest entrant to the race. And their background is theoretically part of Microdeck's engineering, but there is, in fact, no evidence other than a recent personnel file that has been added to their system.
Well, like
And the
that.
individuals we talked to don't seem to know who he is.
Microdeck has the best engineers from what I've heard.
So you want us to retrieve DNA from those 2 people and then also this sample from
The homeless man.
the homeless man.
Who is arrested?
Yonedo Risa.
What?
Yonedo Risa.
Do you have any information about where the homeless man was last seen, or any information about where the other 2?
They were taken by a Renraku van while they were in downtown Seattle. We have the footage of the incident. The Renraku van was found abandoned in the International District. We have since acquired that van and have it available for your investigation. This was a while ago. We don't know where this individual is now.
And exactly what manner of DNA sample do you need?
Ideally, we would like a... how can I put this? That's not completely disgusting. Liquid sample?
You
Is
need
the most
saliva?
Saliva or blood. Those are most robust in terms of acquiring genetic information. If you can acquire 2 samples, one that is hair, skin sample, something like that would also be good to provide a secondary measure, especially if they've undergone significant surgery. Krend is an orc, which is part of what makes this strange and confusing. But
Normally
story-
don't clone orcs.
you normally don't clone someone and then change their metatype.
Well, you know, the orc vote's pretty big here. I could see.
It makes sense. I mean, it'd be a good spoiler for Juga Shaveli.
Oh.
Most of the orcs are voting for her on account of the Orc Underground being made an official district, but if there was another orc in the mix, she's got enough of a storied past, someone like that could really throw the election off.
Oh.
My question or request is that we get clean containers for all this. Like, I would like.
Certainly.
Yeah, and I would like to provide at least 3 for each of us.
We can provide you a sample collection kit.
I would like that.
Fang, you probably know about evidence collecting from your police days, so maybe you should give us all a little tutorial.
Yes. Step 1: do not use the ear wipes. It's for their mouths. Do not use it for your ear first. That was my first.
The cotton swab.
Yeah, the cotton swab. That is first step 1. Definitely was not
Step.
first step. Step 2: always wear gloves. Step 3: do not put 2 samples in one container to save space.
I'm not going to ask why it is you know these things, Fang.
I've learned.
Those are all good tips.
Yes. And you don't need a whole lot of blood.
We do not need a large sample, no.
And pee doesn't work.
Few milliliters. would be
Pee does not
sufficient. No, it does not contain a significant quantity. It is a waste product,
Yeah, we don't want that.
not a DNA. If you want to drug test them, by all means, acquire a urine sample.
That's what we want. No.
We probably want to drug test them. I mean, if they're running for governor.
I mean, what
saying.
kind of drugs are? I would know this. Let me roll. What
you-
kind of drugs are legal?
You would have a really good idea.
Yeah, I would know. 2 hits. What kind of drugs are legal?
Are legal?
Yes.
It's probably, what's that one? Long haul? Which is like super caffeine. Pretty sure that one's legal.
But like, I mean, I legitimately like?
I can give you more illegal ones.
I'll ask you later.
I mean, the corpse.
Kamikaze is definitely illegal.
Anything that gets in the way of the corpse kind of controlling the population and keeping them down. Right.
Yeah. I mean, as a routine, I would want to test them for like bliss and heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine.
Let's just do the job and not.
You're welcome to do that yourself. We are simply acquiring DNA samples to confirm whether or not these individuals whose stories are confusing and not consistent are in fact related to what we're concerned is a larger, perhaps even more global plot related to cloning a former executive of Shiawase.
All right. Well, that seems interesting enough. How
can
much of a
certainly-
need for secrecy is there? Do they have any? I mean, because there's a lot of ways you could.
Not know you're acquiring a DNA sample.
Well, that's.
Well, that rules out like 80% of MFEC's tactics.
Well, we can't like shove the swab in their mouths and like swish it around.
You could tell them it's a special lollipop, one that doesn't have candy in it.
The one that you have to take back after a few minutes.
This is ours. Here's your real one.
I will leave it to you to apply the appropriate amount of discretion. In
How
this.
much time do we have to complete this task?
Ideally, about 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks. We're not in an emergency, but sooner is better.
I like this.
We're at the beginning of September, kind of end of August, beginning of September. So we still got some time before the election, but they obviously want it.
We definitely want to check out the video, and we want to check out the van as well.
Yes, I can get you access to both of those things, as well as a somewhat brief dossier on the 2 other individuals who are currently running for governor.
Yeah.
So she'll pass along the information to whoever requests it. Your glitching protection is gone now.
For all the good it did me anyway.
Well, you didn't send a digital message,
I
so.
couldn't send a necklace digitally, so.
I'm wearing it. It's right here.
Mainframe on the way out just steps over to Miss Chase like, thank you again for the vote of confidence in the introduction. I don't know if I'm worthy, but it just yeah.
Everyone deserves the opportunity. And you have certainly proved that in spades.
Thank you. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll see you around in there.
It's entirely possible.
And her Mainframe's persona based on Elsie's hint about making her eyes her eyes are glowing now for kind of like Galadriel style. So it's the same persona but just really intense eyes. Yeah.
You might want to tone down the eyes.
Was it too much?
It's an interesting look. Obviously, I go more. Just
Yeah, but I don't want to cop. I didn't want to. Yeah.
You do what works for you. Express yourself.
Alrighty.
This is.
What do we want to do first?
Look at the van.
I mean, it's like an abandoned van.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
I have.
I can?
No.
This
You
is
can't
my.
take it.
Guys, we could take the van.
This
can't
is my
take the
thing. I've investigated vans.
You have?
Yes.
I didn't know that about you.
I mean, I once tried to be a detective.
Yeah, but I didn't know you did vans.
Yeah, you a little bit of something when you're in the force. I have investigation skills. I can investigate a van.
Lead away.
So is this a van is it a crime site or it's just abandoned?
They basically, the van was abandoned, and so it was impounded at probably Knight Errant, the security offices, and then the Draco Foundation basically just sort of acquired it.
This is our van.
Because eventually, they sell or put up for auction or something abandoned vans, and they're like, we're gonna take this
It's
one.
abandoned.
It's abandoned.
Ah.
How long have you been holding on to that one?
Like 30 seconds.
That's a great resilience. Let's go to the van. Can we take a van to go to the van?
Yes. It's probably in their parking lot. You get in the
Just
van,
walk
you
over.
drive around, go to a storage unit.
That sounds like a job for Hell Sharky.
Well, you're all welcome to crowd into Van Hell Shark if you like.
Okay.
I actually I got all of you presents from my trip.
What?
I thought it'd be nice.
That's nice.
I got Cromwell. I know you can't see them, but I got you these large, oversized novelty sunglasses. I figure they should fit your troll head pretty well.
Do they?
Yeah.
Cromwell puts them on.
Oh, they look good.
All right then. Thank you. Thanks. That's very nice of you.
You're welcome. Elsie, you were a hard one to shop for, but one of the shamans had a connection, and so I got you an anti-vehicle rocket for your rocket launcher.
Is it ammo?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, those are expensive.
Well, I thought what to get for the person who has everything but also nothing, and that seemed like the appropriate gift. I know you'll get good use out of it. Not a lot
I
of good
promise
use,
I'll
just
use it
one.
soon.
I expect nothing less. Fang, I already got you a gift, and there's no double dipping on friendship.
It's okay, Papa.
Oh, very nice.
Mainframe 3, I got you. I know you're a fan of the 90s trids, so I got you something I think is from that era. It's called the PlayStation VR. There were just boxes of them unopened in a landfill.
Wow.
And I'm pretty sure they were used for watching trids on the go. So
Well, that's
I was
very-
able to pick you up one.
Thank you. That's I thought they were a myth, or that they'd all been burned or something. I must have got them confused with ET cartridges. That's very sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyway, I suppose we can head over to the impound lot. So Van Helshark squeals and groans to life, and ka-chunk, ka-chunk, makes its way.
Mordecai, maybe you shouldn't park it in the impound lot.
Why shouldn't I park it in the impound lot?
Oh, I'm just saying they might, if it looks like it used to, completely unfairly think it's an impounded van.
Well, but then they wouldn't take it anywhere. It's already in the impound lot, right?
Just sometimes impounded vans are in such a condition that they get taken to the next step along their life's journey, which is the big crusher in the wreck yard.
They wouldn't do that to Van Helshark, would they?
I wouldn't, but I can't speak to them. Watts runs this place.
It's true that you can't trust many people.
Well, just to be safe then, I park Van Helshark and I put the club in the steering wheel, and I guess I'll cast a Force 5 physical barrier around it.
The club, then the barrier.
The club's important. In case a regular spirit comes in.
So the air around Van Helshark sort of shimmers like a translucent orange, and it's protected by magic.
Great. Let's go. Van.
Either way.
Tell me about the van. Tell me what I see. I'll roll
Okay.
perception.
Yeah, go ahead.
1 hit. Bam. Tell me about it. That's all you need, right? 1.
How long do you want to spend looking at this?
Way
van?
longer. Way longer,
When
please.
you first look at it, what you see is a pretty a beaten up Renraku van. It's got some dents and some dings and some scratches on the outside. Like it's clearly been through a fair amount. It like the branding has been like scratched off. You know how like old police cards, like the stickers have been removed, but you can kind of see the shadow of the sticker still there.
Yeah.
So like the Renraku logo and stuff have been rubbed off. So like it's got a familiarity in terms of this was probably stolen at some point.
That makes sense. I did an extended test and got 5.
5 hits. So as you investigate it closer, nothing like huge strikes you, at least from the exterior, that it is odd. It's fairly standard in terms of its van-ness. Armored personnel. It's not an APC. It's a transport van. It's there's no windows in the back section. There's probably a handful of gun ports and stuff. Like this was intended to be used for security. It might have undergone a couple of modifications fairly hastily, but not carefully.
Can we unlock it?
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, it unlocks. It's not locked.
Great.
Well, it's actually probably. It is locked.
Miss Mainframe.
It is currently
Queen
off. It has
of
no matrix signature right now.
the Matrix.
This is a dormant vehicle. I think we need to go more traditional with our infiltration techniques. I'm happy to help with it.
Can we just ask for the key from whoever's
They just
working at the
I
impound?
don't think we need to do that. You remember what I taught you about breaking into cars, right, Elsie?
Make sure no one's around.
Well, at this time, I think we can skip that step.
Make sure that you dump it someplace where the cops won't find it.
I think we can skip that step too.
Okay.
Although it's good you brought that up. Just the breaking in part, I think.
yeah,
I'll do
okay.
it myself, but
Yeah, I could do it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm like, the good old days. Let's see.
Look at the next one.
That's fine.
I believe you could do it.
Turn it on.
I can. If it doesn't work for you, I do have lockpicking skill. I can.
It's been long enough. I'm just like, which do I?
Okay.
yikes.
This locks looks different.
I got 3 hits.
Hold on.
How many do you have?
I have glitched.
So what was your intention behind, like, how are you attempting to open the door?
Get my lock picking set up, and I was just kind of gonna.
How many hits did you get? Because you glitched, not critically, right?
Right, I got one hit.
Okay. You don't succeed in getting it open. Mainframe does, though. You are attempting to, like, open the passenger door, and your lockpick breaks off in the door. And so...
Because I'm so tired.
I just
That-
put my
that
hand
will-
on her shoulder. I'm like, you gotta get some sleep, honey. I'm worried about you.
you just go to the driver's side
Our
door.
new place has like soundproofing.
I am very happy to hear that.
Reinforced steel doorways.
Yeah, I had some modifications to the house made.
Before we get in, I'd like us to all pull out our gloves that we totally asked.
Yeah, you got sample kits, like medical sampling.
Are they
kits.
still blue?
Yeah, sure.
I was a bit afraid she was gonna say that we needed to say grace before entering the vehicle.
No,
I don't know why.
no. We gotta put the gloves on.
Okay.
You got like medical sampling.
Different
gloves,
families have different traditions. I don't know.
Great. We unlocked the
swab
van.
bottles with their swab
Our
bodies.
orc who art in heaven. Open be this van door.
So I have law enforcement tactics as a knowledge skill. Wow, never thought I'd use a knowledge skill. And I would like to do an extended test. If anyone would like to support, that'd be great. But, yeah.
I'm going to sense the interior of the van and look for any sort of...
I will assist.
And Mainframe, if you want to turn it on, give me a hardware and logic test to turn the van on to give it a matrix signature.
Wow.
You get 4 extra dice.
4 extra dice.
How many-
Nice.
How many rolls do I get? Like 3?
For an extended, yeah, let's do 3.
7.
7 hits.
5 hits on a sensing.
Sensing. 7 on policing.
Law
Investigate.
enforcement
tactics.
tactics.
Interesting.
Law enforcement skills of how to sweep a van of evidence. I feel like partially Scooby-Doo because we're
Yeah.
doing a van, and also like part like Metroplex, right? Metroplex Crime Investigation Unit, Missives.
Yep. Okay.
Metroplex Crime
MCIU.
IU Missile.
McU.
Mickey.
7. Excellent. You bring the van to life. Its matrix signature is blooms before you on the matrix in front of you. Okay. So we'll resolve law enforcement.
Yes.
And then you're looking in the van. I assume you probably go like in the driver's side, in the back seat. Probably the first thing that you notice is like the back is pretty empty, and there was definitely a spot like where some ropes had been, or like manacles, like your sort of standard plastic manacles had been connected to something.
Okay.
And there's some signs, not of like a major struggle, but of like scuff marks on the floor and things like that. You can't necessarily see for sure that like someone was fighting for their life. It could just be someone has really dirty shoes, but you get the sense that it was probably not a happy person who was in the back. You see like maybe a minor like electrical scorch mark where a taser might have been fired.
Oh, okay.
And
Yes. Normal stuff. Normal kid.
yeah, it's pretty like relatively
Yeah.
standard kidnapping
Yeah.
goodness. The only major thing that would be left, there's a couple of pieces. Let's say there is a hat.
Great.
There's a hat in the back section and an empty like Soybucks coffee cup.
I want to take both those in plastic bags because I want to see in the video later if our victim who was grabbed had that hat on or was drinking $100 at the time. And that might be a question after mainframe.
We'll do the assensing and then I'll come back to you. So you're assensing.
So that was 5, and Cromwell assisted, so I like to imagine that he like picked Mordecai up and shone him around like an astral flashlight.
Blue light?
I hope so.
I was gonna hope you were like holding hands going, no.
We started with that, but it wasn't working so well.
I hope astral crime scene investigations like those things that illuminate like
Yeah.
blood
Oh, and other things.
and other things.
And other things.
So sensing of 5, right?
Yes.
So as you're being shot around like an astral beacon, you get the sense of kind of conflict that's still lingering there. There was some sort of skirmish or kerfuffle where there was an unwilling participant in said activity.
No blood samples.
There's no blood. That conveniently
Would have been too easy, actually.
that would have been.
It would have been dried too. We wouldn't
Yeah,
have
would have
used
also
it.
been dried up.
Could have
Probably.
chipped it off.
It's
Microwaved it?
dead proteins now.
Yeah, wouldn't help you. They would have collapsed too much or denatured too much to be of use in providing a DNA sample.
Is this the sort of stuff you used to like, Fang? The investigation part, or more the like apprehended part?
I was more of the apprehension with a little bit too much force part.
All right, I've been apprehended by those blokes.
Otherwise, you don't notice anything hugely significant from astral. There's not enough of an astral signature that you would be able to track them from it. There's probably enough that if you was sensed again, you would get a sense of familiarity.
All right. Well, I can sense the lingering emotions from the skirmish, but not much more than that. I'm pretty sure, though, I could recognize our guy again if we find them.
So I would like to examine the diagnostic logs for the autopilot on the vehicle.
Whoa.
Yeah. Do I need to mark the vehicle first? or
Mark
is
it,
just
and then you can make a matrix search.
Okay, so I got 3 hits on the mark test.
Okay. That'll do.
Great. And then I got 10 hits on an extended test to examine the logs.
Okay. So you're kind of sleuthing through it.
And I changed my persona into a little mechanic's outfit, not because it's required, but just because that's
For
just
funsies.
proper.
So as you sort of sleuth through the information, the thing that appears most promising is there is still a log noting some previous GPS locations that was left over. This was a Renraku delivery van, so it was designed to track or was used by Renraku initially for deliveries before aftermarket modifications were applied after it was stolen. And so there is some points of GPS. A lot of the data has been degraded, like someone might have tried to erase it or edit it in such a way, but they were clearly not as skilled as one might hope. Less than adequate.
All the better. All right. What would I need? Do I know what I would need to do to reconstruct that data? Is it just like plain text, or do I still need to do an extended test to kind of pull that information out?
To try and reconstruct it, what you could probably the easiest thing. Well, you could do a few things. You could try and reconstruct it, but that may or may not work. The other piece you could do is kind of take the information that you've got and try and run an extended test to match it up with like GPS locations, and then see if any of them would be promising, or maybe do an extended like search test or something there with an astral signatures.
Okay. I want to copy everything I can get. You want me to run a check for that?
No, we'll say there's.
Okay.
there's not
So I copy all those files,
Protecting
and
you.
I just set up a program to
Okay.
run the
Let's
set of GPS coordinates
make it
against
a logic and software
logic and software. Okay.
that you're going to do as an extended test.
Okay, great.
To kind of match it up to some GPS locations. Anyone else want to look for anything or do anything, or we're gonna wait for that to pop?
I just really quickly looking through the video. Did he have that hat?
The homeless man was naked
Oh,
and screaming. However, you get. Give me a quick perception.
oh, 2.
You glimpse what you think might be the people grabbing him, because like the van kind of pulls up, blocks most of the view from that particular camera. They have a few angles, and some of them seem very fuzzy and staticky, like they were being jammed at the time.
Okay.
But you catch a glimpse of what you might see is this hat. As
From somebody.
from someone who grabbed it.
So we have the DNA of our Shadowrunner.
I mean, assuming there's like a hair sample in it, but that would probably have a stronger astral signature that could potentially be used to be tracked than, say, what's left over in the van.
Cool.
Hey, Fang, can I take a look at that hat?
Yes, I've still put it in a plastic bag and write hat item 1. And then I write perp question mark, and then I also write the date and the time, and then I sign it,
Elsie just watches her with the Sharpie.
and then I pass the hat.
Does the hat say, like, make Seattle great again or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
But it says Seattle Sonics because we can't even give that up.
Yeah, it definitely says Seattle Sonics on it.
So I'll sense the hat, and I guess I'm looking for any sort of trail that I might be able to get from it.
9 hits on my extended test to ascend after 3 checks.
Great. You get 4 hits, so 9 hits on the extended test. You get a much stronger astral sense from this. It's not a trail that you can follow, but it will, if you can find a relatively smallish location, like a kilometer sort of radius, you'd probably be able to find the person who had that hat in that radius. You get probably 3 primary locations that come up. There was the downtown Pike Place area where was the location that this individual was picked up. And then you get another definitive location, which, because why not, was the Dry Wench Tavern on Aurora.
That place.
That place.
Was that where we encountered the troll killers the first time?
No, that was real early on.
The
We,
That's
uh,
a place
Merlin.
that
Oh.
their
It was
acquired
even-
runners.
There was that
cream room.
that mage, the one what got his head smashed. You met him in that
Oh,
bar
yeah.
Related to Peter Winther. That was one of
Wow.
his
Emo elf. Oh.
before we.
That was
Did
not the mage.
By the way, did you
tavern.
hear that Peter Winther's running for governor?
I don't care about
Is
politics.
he back in Seattle?
Who knows? It's Peter Winther.
But that was the tavern.
Okay.
That was one of
was
like
the
the
Merlin
3
Tavern.
taverns that we went to back when we used to go to a lot of taverns.
And was there a third location? You said?
The third location is somewhat fuzzy. You're not able to get a distinct pinpoint on it. It's basically the sort of Redmond-ish kind of, not Redmond, Renton-ish kind of area. They're basically the same place to me.
But they're not.
They're not, but they sound similar.
All right. So guys, I found some record of where this van has been. And I think one of the GPS locations that I was able to find was where this guy was picked up. So I think the data's legit. But it's sending us back to the Dry Wench Tavern.
Great.
Which seems highly unlikely, but here we are.
Small world.
Small world. And there's another, there's something in Renton, but I think we need to pursue, our best bet is to pursue something at the Dry Wench. And what was was the date on that GPS before or after the pickup?
Which one?
The Dry Wench.
The Dry Wench was before.
Okay.
So, let me see if I understand. There's 3 locations. You think the Dry Wench is probably where we should look? But not the other 2?
Well, the problem is, so the Pike Place, we already knew. You said that's where he got picked up. So it's kind of like it's checking the integrity,
Probably
giving
not
us
going
integrity
to-
of the data. That's the van genuinely was there. It gives us a time, but we already knew where it was. Is there anything more specific about that location than what we already had? No.
No, it matches with the time on the video. Like it's fairly well
legit.
corroborating that this van did in fact go to that location and probably went to those other 2 locations.
If there's one place in the Seattle Metroplex where everything seedy and nasty ends up, it's Highway Aurora, right where the
What's
Dry
it?
Wench is.
What about the third place?
And its neighboring tavern, the Saucy Wench.
Yes.
So the third place is in Renton, but the data is partly corrupted. I don't know where specifically in Renton.
Yeah. But you do notice that the timestamps on it basically go chronologically. It's the Dry Wench on Aurora, downtown, and then Renton.
Okay.
And they would make sense based on the timing that you would go more or less from one to the next with maybe a stop of kidnapping in between.
So what I'm saying is, I believe that the kidnapped gentleman was taken to Renton, but I do not have specific coordinates. If we visit the Dry Wench, I know when this vehicle was there, and we might be able to figure out who was driving it. And if we want to find where the guy went, we probably need to go to Renton.
Well, so I can, in the meantime, send Sharky to search sort of the area of Renton for the astral signature.
But
Can you have him
Remember
return
the
some faulty furniture to Eskia while he's there?
The hat belonged to the captor,
to the capture.
so what I'm thinking
not the homeless man.
is
Not
with...
Leonardo.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to go?
I don't know if I've got a strong enough scent on the homeless guy to really search Renton, but we can send Sharky ahead to the Dry Wench Tavern to see if he can find this person with the hat.
That's what I was thinking. Because I bet that's where they were hired as Shadowrunners, so I bet there's a Johnson there who we can talk to and negotiate some information out of.
Right, maybe we should just go. I mean, Sharky's not exactly the best negotiator.
No, just to try to locate that guy in particular. Or we can just go as well.
Let's head down to the Dry Wench. You could always send Sharky to try to find this guy. I mean, the odds are he's not going to be at the Dry Wench, right? But they might have some information.
Sharky's pretty fast at looking, so
Okay.
he can go all over the place.
So are you guys gonna more or less head straight there from where you were?
Yep.
Thank you, good teamwork. This was a great investigation, team. I believe that MMFEC is a good squad. Fang pulls out sunglasses and puts them on, because we're investigating.
Are we going to drive their
This
van?
die must be loaded.
I'm not interested in this van.
We're not taking this van. It doesn't belong to us.
Not allowed.
Unless
to
you
take
want to
the
do a
van
swap
out of town.
scenes.
We're
We're
not
doing a
taking the
swap
van.
scenes.
Guys, we're good.
All right, everyone, back in Van Helshark.
This is a
That was
hot
the
van.
van you took.
This van is too hot for Elsie.
I'm hot. You're hot.
You're hot?
So
Continues the.
you leave the impound lot, where the Draco Foundation had bought a vehicle and left it there. And do you send Sharky ahead?
Sure, why not? I'll, Force 6 summon, 7 hits.
Your net hits are 5.
Excellent.
Whoa.
So Sharky appears on the astral plane, and I take the hat and I hold it in front of him, and I'm like, here,
In the bag.
here, boy, here.
Sharky's here.
He can, and Sharky sniffs the hat, and then vanishes on the astral plane.
Can we see him when this sort of thing happens? Or
No, I don't think you are Sharky.
I think
No, Sharky didn't have to materialize. for
Almost,
this. He's
yeah.
just sensing the
so-
hat, so he can stay on.
You see what
Mayframe looks
Mordecai's
just
doing.
dejected every time that Sharky
You can-
shows up and she doesn't get to see him.
You can
Sniffing
probably
the hat.
see like that. There's some weird, especially if you're used to it, you can maybe see some shimmering of the air where he would be.
Are
Not
we
insane.
are we that good at it now? Like we can like feel the room gets colder when Sharky enters it?
I mean, you can roll to
But
see. if you can-
Sharky's always watching us.
Is it like a breath? Like I'm like, oh.
He's everywhere and nowhere. He's omnipresent.
That's has to be.
That's not how spirits work, but okay.
Okay.
So Sharky goes off ahead. You guys hop in Van Helshark and truck your way up Aurora. Van Helshark fits in perfectly, you know? It's Aurora. It's full of skeevy, broken down vans and beaten up motorcycles and a lot of people doing things that they will probably regret in the morning.
So,
As we-
Elsie, do you want to go in as ourselves or as someone else?
I want to go in as someone else.
Oh, Team Me's going in and take care of this?
Well, I mean,
I like it.
everybody can go. I was just, it's an opportunity to conceal ourselves in plain sight.
No greater hive of scum and villainy in Seattle than at the Dry Wench.
Than Aurora in general.
I'm going in as a disgruntled girlfriend, I think.
Okay. Anyone in particular?
What are you going in?
That's a good question. Going in as an alcoholic ex-fighter.
Yeah.
So, great. Sharky, because my die must be loaded, said returns, which roughly translates to, I found that astral signature, but no hat. In the location that you told me to look at.
The mystery has been confounded. The Sharky was able to find this person, but apparently they are no longer wearing a hat.
The hat's in the bag.
But
Because we have the hat.
if you wore a hat, wouldn't you want to get a replacement if you lost yours as quickly as possible?
Maybe he
What?
likes not having hat hair. I don't know.
Well, but then he wouldn't have been wearing a hat in the first place.
Hats make you
So-
sneaky.
So
They're like
some
owls.
people don't wear the same clothes every single day, Mordecai.
Cromwell gets impatient and he just walks into the
No,
bar. and
no,
it's
no,
just-
no, no, no. I legitimately will stop him this time.
And like literally
no,
walks
Fortunately
into the
for
bar.
Fang, Cromwell missed. He was just walking out toward Aurora when you stopped him.
All right.
Cromwell.
Into traffic. So,
I go in.
Is he? Where did I find him?
Not
Is he in
time?
the bar?
Not time.
All right.
Remember how we used to sit in vans and wait for like, what's the signal? Grapefruit?
pineapple?
It was I think grapefruit was explosives.
What is our code word for us breaking everything in the store?
Fang go.
Oh yeah, sorry,
That's
Fang
what
go.
it was. Fang go.
I would like to enter the dry wench.
We're gonna wait in the van.
So you head on
If that's
in.
okay.
Mordecai, are you gonna go in and point this?
I should
astral
probably go
signature
in
out?
so I can at least point this person out. Is
Good
that
luck,
a high
man.
five thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Bartender, give me a drink.
So at the bar, I mean, you go in and are able to sense him and point out there's a gentleman. He has flawless hair.
I can tell he hasn't been wearing a hat. It's that guy over there.
You know, it's like he's got a mohawk because we're cyberpunk. It's 3 different colors. It's like an umber, dark in the front and then like pale in the back. He's fairly lanky. He's probably got like tattoos up one side of his face that wind down his arm. He's only got one sleeve on his shirt because that's a normal thing in a 6th world sort of context. And then he's wearing a leather vest.
Is
That-
it one
he's-
long sleeve or one short sleeve?
It's one long sleeve.
One long sleeve.
Well,
But
the other side's
the
tattooed.
arm with no sleeve is covered in tattoos, and he has a glove on that hand. Just that one. Only one glove.
Elsie, that's your weirdo over there.
And
I'll
he's
be.
chatting with a lady who.
He's the owner of the hat, or he's the.
Yeah, he's the guy who had the hat. So.
She's wearing a hat because why not? Little beanie sort of style hat, long hair underneath it.
You can do
Bright
your
green.
thing. I'll be here if you need backup.
Do they look like they're romantically involved?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
They're sharing a drink. They're chatting, kind of getting
They're
laughing.
sharing a drink.
Not sharing. They're both having a drink.
I try to sit at a table near them.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna start by eavesdropping.
And I will go into AR and try to get on his comm link.
Okay.
I'm just going to stand in the middle of the room, motionless.
At least someone is gonna like bump into you on their way out and be like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I'm standing. Walk around.
Comlink? Let's do that.
I'm gonna use some thumper dice. I would like not to cause a scene. I will use 5 thumper dice.
Whoa. Go big, go home.
Oh, it is good. 1, 2, 3. Just normal this time. 4. But I am running silent.
Okay.
So if he's paying attention, I got 6 hits.
Okay, you succeed in placing the mark. on his comlink.
Excellent. I would like to snoop on his files.
Go for it. So as you're eavesdropping, most of their conversation is relatively benign. You start picking up that it seems to be relating to some sort of mission that they might have gone recently. I can't believe that happened, and so, and they always shoot too soon, and they never wait for our signal, and they're like, I know, samurais are just the worst, and blah blah blah. And then that's the lady, and then he's like, I don't know, I think they're alright, I think they do good, blah blah blah. They're clearly arguing calmly.
4 hits on snooping through his email.
Okay. As you go back further, you get some communications sort of seem relatively regular from Johnson, and you recognize one as being from around the time that they were hired as a communication from Shiawase for a hire.
And is there any individual identified in that hiring? All right.
It's really cryptic.
I send a message to Mainframe that's like, do you have anything? Do you know, the names?
I sent a message back that do not speak it, of course, but Shiawase behind it, but got nothing else yet.
Do you have the name of their Johnson?
Do I? Probably need to run another check.
No, it's like
No.
Johnson-sama. It's not. It doesn't have.
Mr. Johnson
I know
or
whoever
Miss-
they are.
Mrs. Johnson.
Yeah.
I know whoever they are, they're not creative.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't remember what the Japanese-
Johnson-sama?
Yeah. It has a specific name, and I
I
can't
mean, you would
remember
not do that because you wouldn't honor it himself.
Can I tell from the time zone of the communication whether they were hired by a local Johnson or one based in Japan?
Seems like it was probably local.
Great.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, so I want to, from the other table, just kind of lean in and say, excuse me. I know you're probably just here socially, but I'm actually wanting to talk a little business with you.
Okay. About what?
Well, a friend of mine says that you just completed a very, shall we say, delicate job for him, and recommended you as a runner I could hire.
I think and they kind of glance at each other, like, we're interested.
So I guess there's just a few details. What I'm looking for is, it's kind of a typical grab and bag. I understand that's the kind of work that your team has done before.
I mean, if you're a Shadowrun team that hasn't done a grab and bag, you're not really worth anything.
But I hear you're particularly good at it.
We're in the adequate range.
Have we done a grab and bag?
Inwardly, Elsie's like, oh.
You were adequate.
Oh, good.
You've done more than one.
I don't remember that.
Some of them have gone better than others.
Oh, thank you.
Can you speak for your group, or is there another individual I should approach?
We can talk.
Alright.
The woman will kind of move forward. I can talk.
Oh.
I don't believe we've met.
No, we haven't. You're the one who approached us.
I'm sorry, what I mean is I'm not familiar with you. My name's Sasha.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Alexis.
Alexis. And I'm just I probably have my cam on at this point. I'm just sending
Good.
everything to you. So yeah, we have a individual that is part of S technology that we'd like to have removed.
Yeah. Are you with Aztec?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that information for right now.
We're not so keen on working with blood magic and mages. Had some bad experiences.
Really?
I mean, who hasn't?
Right. So, I guess my question is, do you have enough runners to pull this off. We're particularly looking. There'll be some face and street samurai work for sure.
Certainly. What's the pay?
10,000 yen. Half paid in advance and half when we receive the package.
I'm gonna need a little bit more information about who this individual is, where we can find them, whether or not they're going to be heavily guarded. Are we expected to cause no bodily harm, some bodily harm? What's the line? Are you drawing it at limbs?
As
As well as any information you can provide to us from this contact.
let's see. Elsie's like,
As Elsie thinks about that, mainframe?
I got 6 hits on a matrix perception check to see if I can't track down the missing GPS information. Like if there's anything I can find on his comlink that would tie him on that specific date where I know that vehicle went to Renton, where he went, or even to get more specific.
So you can look probably at his Mapsoft, and you notice that it is encrypted. So give me a quick decrypt file.
I'm gonna use it. Nope. That's much better. 6 hits.
You succeed. You're not. It's for 2. So when you you kind of break through the decryption on his Mapsoft, and you end up pulling. You kind of have to backdate it a while, and you see the same locations, the previous ones, as well as like the times that they went between, and then you're able to get a specific lock on a building in Renton.
Excellent. So I have an address. Address. I assume I could just screenshot that as something. I don't need to do a bunch of edit file stuff. Out of curiosity, what is this gentleman's name?
Robert.
Robert.
What? He is the coolest NPC you've ever made, and you named him Robert.
I like that he's the coolest son that I've ever made.
Really?
Or
Even
Claudia.
Lottie? Like,
He has got a mohawk and tattoos.
now you know how to get to Claudia's heart. Mohawk and tattoos. Does he have a last name? We can. I assume I get his last name,
Rodriguez.
and you can tell me what it is later.
They're all Smith. Everyone's name is Bob Smith.
Great. So, what does his comlink look like? Do I see anything, learn anything about him from his virtual environment?
Probably nothing hugely significant.
I hate normals.
I know.
What's the point of the Matrix if you're not gonna have imagination? Ugh. I leave for no reason at all, Mainframe leaves a digital moose, because she's inspired from the Shiawase thing, like, in the space, which is, it's small and it's like hidden, so he won't, he won't notice it, but you know, he's got nature on the brain after the Shasta
Spray
run.
painting.
And then she she sends a message to Elsie, I've got an address.
great.
And I log off his comlink, pay my bill, and get ready to exit separately, just kind of keeping a side eye on Elsie.
Fang,
Yes.
do you miss having eyes? Like, when did you give them up? Your real ones, I mean.
There was a lot of shrapnel from the explosion, so it was better for me to get them replaced than to find some donors.
Is it the same seeing them through those?
I was good before, but these allow me to still be good.
So, like, back there in the van, you felt useful. You could see things you wouldn't normally be able to see?
I would say like that situation. Let's be honest, I had 20/20. I was good. These eyes are still good. They're about the same. They're different though. You're right.
So
As a person who did not colors are different. Like edges, they're a little bit like pointier almost. Manufactured.
it's the opposite for me. Everything's fuzzy through the astral vision. Anyway, I like being here with you. You don't have eyes, and everyone else, wherever I look, I can see their little eyeballs and their astral edge rolling around, and it's a reminder that I never get to see anything in color again.
I thought you said that the astral is a different color.
It's all sorts of colors, but not the real ones. The made-up ones. Everything shifts from one color to another in a moment. People have a different emotion, and the color changes.
Doesn't that make it better? You could see what other people can't. You could see deeper than the surface.
But don't you ever get tired of being abnormal? I mean, not abnormal. I didn't mean that.
No, it's okay.
Don't you ever wish you could be like other people?
No. I mean, I want what other people have. I want that simple life. I mean, I'm happy with MMFEC. I'm happy I found this place. But why would I want my... I get what you're saying, dude. I get... And I'm just gonna say, Cromwell, you are incredible. You are incredibly you. And if you weren't, I would be sad. And don't be afraid of what you can do.
Thanks, Fang, and thanks for helping me save face back there by the highway.
Yeah. Sometimes I know when to say no. And the Fang's hue gets a lot different. Like, oh, but he can't see that.
Are you?
He
are
can
you?
see the hue.
Are you blushing? What's
No,
that
it's fine.
color?
It's fine.
I haven't learned all the colors yet.
So we'll assume Elsie extracts herself from the conversation,
Yes.
unless you were trying to get anything else out of them.
I say to him, the target's name is Wamet. He is a blood mage for Aztechnology.
I'm not. No. Very explicit. And then like she's like, did you not hear the part where I said we don't deal with blood mages or blood magic? Bad experiences, or are you just deaf?
Oh, I thought you meant working with them.
Oh, you just a blanket, not worth going there.
You know, I can respect that.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate your try though. This is maybe contact someone else.
Can you ask where that one guy got his tattoos?
Cool tattoo.
It's like full sleeve.
Yeah.
Arm. Yeah.
Sleeve base. Where'd you get your tattoo?
Oh.
Just I'm
Slave
not.
to the needle.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. Well, thanks. Have a good night.
Slave to the needle still totally exists. It's that baller of a tattoo place.
I wait till Elsie has exited, and then I finally move, and I go back, and I leave the bar.
Bartenders.
We were waiting and we had a conversation that was totally appropriate and it was great.
Great. I'm happy for you. We have an address in Renton.
Nice.
So we can have more conversations that are completely appropriate on the drive down.
Failed to engage a Shadowrun team. I'm kind of bummed about it.
It's okay. I'm glad that means Wamet can be left for me.
You know, let's just leave Aztechnology alone. I don't think we can take down Wamet.
Just was this like picking at scabs? We've already had that pain.
I just really hate that guy.
Aztechnology can squish us like a bug. Let's not try to go after them.
Yeah.
Speaking of being squished by bugs, Renton's not exactly a nice place, so we ought to look out for ourselves.
What can I find on the Matrix about the specific neighborhood in which the building is located?
It's not the greatest. Like it's towards the kind of farther away from the water, which at this point actually isn't that nice because it's somewhat radioactive. It's probably more northern, more towards like the Skyline area. Like has a pretty high crime rate.
Very industrial with Boeing Federated, right?
Yeah, there's a fair amount of like industrial. A lot of the houses that are there are kind of older, dilapidated, arguably abandoned, officially abandoned in a lot of cases, including the area more that you're looking at as the location.
If we're trying to go in a little more under the radar, we might want to switch over to Dinah. I mean, if we're trying to go in bitchin', then we're already going the right way. But I'm posing to the group the opportunity.
You know what they say, if the van's a rockin', go get a mechanic.
I don't need a mechanic.
Okay.
I don't think that's what they
I-
say.
It's just a saying. But if you wanted a good mechanic, I know a guy.
If this van is rockin', it's because it's a bitchin' van, and it doesn't need a mechanic.
Okay, sure. Yep. Okay.
It's certainly a wise suggestion, Mordecai. I just want to reiterate the ground rules for riding in Dinah. Please refrain from any form of cutting the body of the vehicle.
Hey, so I may have left something in your van.
Did you?
Yeah, when I was totally defending Dinah, I think I left something in your van. So,
Not exactly defending.
did you find anything?
I found something in a suspicious location near a suspicious injury to the vehicle.
Oh yeah, okay.
If the party involved were willing to admit the damage that had occurred,
All right, I'm sorry. It was me. I left explosives mounted under your vehicle just in case we needed to blow the place up. I see you found
What
it.
the dreck are you talking about?
Oh, you didn't? Oh, never mind. It was something else I was thinking of.
Wait here. I go inside and see if there are high explosives under my vehicle.
There are not.
Because I'm like, yeah.
Oh, right.
As I was saying, if the party involved in cutting the roof of Dinah were willing to admit,
All right.
they can have.
I
their-
admit it. I cast a ball lightning spell. I thought I could cast it through the glass, but I couldn't, and the glass shattered.
Well, I knew about that one. Thank you. I appreciate. Well, you didn't actually apologize, so I can't accept the apology because there wasn't
I'm
one.
sorry.
Oh, okay. All
Very
right.
sorry.
So let's just discuss the base rules. The window's open. I appreciate making an attempt to open the windows should you desire to project outside. Please do not cut the roof of my vehicle or your weapons will be impounded. And please do not mount high explosives under the undercarriage of my vehicle without my consent.
Question.
Does Elsie know which value would be greater? The cost of repairing a ceiling from cutting damage or a microfilament chainsaw?
I feel like the microfilament's gonna cost more than
Okay.
repairing the roof.
Okay. I'm sorry, mainframe. I cut the roof of your van with my melophone's chainsaw.
Oh, that's your monofilament chainsaw.
Yeah, I was like saving our lives while you were like unconscious or taking a nap or something.
I was piloting the vehicle at speeds exceeding 80 miles an hour, and also the hatch was opened. That's also something I have in the logs.
But they weren't standing over the hatch. They were standing on the roof of the van, so I
Extremely
couldn't
spry.
like.
I'm sure you
My
could have
arms
found
are
a
too
way.
short. I couldn't like go out the hatch.
Do you guys remember when I levitated that other van? That was pretty cool.
My question is, are there enough cup holders for all of us? Because I remember distinctly one time, there was only 4 cup holders and I had to hold my soy calf.
There are 9 cup holders.
Oh, good, because I definitely spilled in the back. And I didn't
rolled.
tell you, but I definitely did.
Why does the number of cup holders factor in?
Because I had to hold my coffee instead.
And then she immediately needed to stab someone.
So it kind of spilled.
So that's her confession.
I mean, if we had more cup holders, it wouldn't be a problem.
More than 9.
Each
More
had
than-
two.
You have a lot of people in your
We
van
each had 2
sometimes.
drinks. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only had 1. 6, 7, 8, 9.
And Granny Powell also had a.
Nassim, that guy drinks like a fish.
But I guess we can all limit ourselves to 1 soy cap on this road trip. It was definitely the road trip.
There's only 5 of us, so
Oh my god, get to Renton.
Boom, we're in Renton.
We did it!
I sent a
I
message.
do return the chainsaw because she did apologize,
Did
and I don't, she could probably hurt someone with it, and that's useful.
Yeah.
Did we not leave anything in the dry wench? Should we maybe go back and...
Too late, we're in Renton.
Mordecai suffers from anaphylactic shock.
I like this. Can
You
I
left
just...
your EpiPen at the
No! So you're in Renton. You're in the skeezy part of Renton.
Can
as I
you
have
give me a
been informed.
visual of what the skeezy part of Renton
The
looks
skeezy
like?
part. So imagine buildings that are built today, right?
Okay.
You know, like the modern super glass square houses, and then imagine no one does anything to them for 75 years.
So all the windows are broken.
So the windows are broken and boarded up, or they've been replaced in some cases. There's
toxic
like
mold.
yeah, there's toxic mold. Like if people have put on extensions to houses, but not necessarily to any code. Large swaths have been kind of demolished and replaced with industrial for the Boeing, and so there are like some sort of neighborhoods, but it's not really a family, let alone a living person friendly area.
Okay, thank you for that.
So you're driving through and you eventually get to a location that coincides with the GPS, and you see in front of you kind of a moderately sized building. It kind of fits with that aesthetic of like all of the windows are boarded up. There isn't really any external facing. It's got a large kind of 2-meter tall fence all the way around the outside. You see a number of sort of dilapidated looking external structures. There's like one really sad looking tree. It's also covered, it's also got like a weird like co-op sort of vibe. You know, it's got like glass bottles like hanging and like jingling against each other in the wind. It looks like a crazy cat lady might live there. And there is probably at least 3 cats like prowling on the
This
fence.
is a house?
Yeah.
Or it's a house? It's
It's
not
a house.
So strange. Why?
And next to it, the buildings there's like kind of buildings on either side that are also in a similar sort of condition.
I feel like hippies.
What the hell would hippies have to do with a homeless person being kidnapped? This is highly irregular.
Well, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I can scout astrally and see if I can recognize that guy's astral signature.
That would be great.
Wait, Scout, the guy with the hat.
I assume you're looking astrally right now.
Yes.
There is a mana barrier around the building.
Wow.
I can't see the building at all on account of there being some sort of mana barrier around it.
What? I
Well-
look astrally.
There's mana barrier.
I sense the mana barrier to know its strength.
When there's a mana barrier, I believe Cromwell cannot see through it at all.
Oh,
It's like kind of opaque.
3 hits.
8.
I am not able to see through that barrier.
but I can walk through it.
It's mana barrier.
You can walk through it.
Yeah, so, but what the real important thing is we're at the right place. Something weird's going on here.
Is it in the center house or is it over all the houses?
It's just the center house.
Do I?
This is a
It's like probably what were not quite townhomes in the sense that they weren't connected, but they're all like kind of located, like they're houses on like a smaller lot, and there's one of them. The other 3 look like they're in a state of complete unuse and seem even more dilapidated.
That's not exactly a paltry mana barrier.
No, it's not. This is
no more barriers.
This doesn't add up. That's a strong mana barrier for an area like this. We should be cautious.
Like somebody's trying to lay really low, maybe?
So,
It's hard to lay
I-
low with a really big mana barrier.
I
That
don't
attracts
really-
attention.
well, I mean, there's not very many awakened people who can detect it, and they'd rather.
Are there a lot
see,
of
I
like
guess.
it is the demographic, is it like a lot of like orcs, trolls? Or is it?
The south end does tend to be slightly higher percentages of orcs and trolls, but a lot of them are in the orc underground. Like it's not like again still a significant portion of the population. We're still looking at about 60% being human.
Okay. I got 6 hits on Matrix Perception. Just, is there anything interesting?
There are a number of cameras. That's the main thing that seem to be perched kind of on the fence or on the house.
How many?
We haven't done this kind of thing in a while.
Yeah.
I'm
Also
rusty.
8 cameras. Well, that's for more than their cats. And are there any sensors that I see, or would I have to keep digging?
Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, come here.
Oh.
A biscuit.
Yeah, give me another quick Matrix Perception.
4 hits.
You notice 2 things that are interesting. One, there is a proximity wire on the fence as well, so they will notice if any Ask the Living signatures pass over it. And then you look and you see the cats all have little electronic collars
Don't play with that.
that allow it to potentially pass, like registered through the over the.
Oh.
So like it registers that this cat has passed over. Like it's like a door, like a cat door.
Oh,
But we can use that.
Yes, that's. Keep it. Please.
Oh, sorry,
Please
I
hold
shouldn't
on.
Give me an animal handling.
All right. I actually have a little bit of training in that.
Alright, do you need help?
You're welcome to help, but I assume Cromwell's holding it now, so I've got to make the check.
Yeah.
1 hit, but it's also a a glitch.
The cat is going to immediately claw at your face and like dig itself in and then just leap off and run away as fast as it possibly can.
What? Ah! Well, this is why I have a dog.
Well, unfortunately, our key to the kingdom just ran away. It's a very well protected home, but the cats can pass through.
You might have a chance to stop it.
Yeah, I've got pretty good animal handling. I would like to lure a kitty.
Okay. Cat luring.
So
Doesn't work. Sharky can also.
How much damage did I take?
But please be careful of the fence.
Probably like 1 physical damage that
use
you
2
you get to
thumper
resist it first.
Oh.
Like I'm pretty sure you're fine.
Thermal plating is good against cats.
You have dermal plating?
Well, natural dermal.
Yeah.
Oh. God. Come on. It's just
You
something
don't have
else.
any essence for it.
I mean, no.
It's basically terrible acne, so don't be too jealous.
I've seen a site. I've seen it. It looks crazy good. I mean, as a person who's really into that. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this on the radio.
It's fine.
How many hits on your animal handling?
2.
2. You get this is what happens because fucking cats. The cat sort of like, you're like here, kitty, like comes towards you and it's all like cute and meow, and then it does that thing where it like flops over on its belly, but every time you like get close enough, it like keeps wriggling farther and farther away, and it like won't actually let you pet it.
Is it wriggling closer to one of us at the same time?
Probably not. No.
So,
All right.
don't.
It's all right.
I just don't want because there's the
I know. Don't worry.
Be
I'm
careful
gonna
of the-
summon. I'm gonna summon a low force. We'll do force 3 summon.
And to be clear, I've told everyone about the proximity wire.
So we won't jump over.
Well, if you summoned a tiny Sharky and he pretended to be a dead fish.
Well, I mean, Sharky can certainly try that. He's good with animals, though. So I got 3 hits. It's limited to the force of the summon. So.
Your net hits are 2.
All right. So Beast Sharky appears, and he's the weird, sort of cobbled together. He's got like ape arms and a lion's mane and horse hooves dangling from him. And just like all of these animal parts.
I don't know. What's that?
Can we see this?
Beast shark.
He does materialize, in fact.
Sharky.
And I say, Sharky, how many of these cats do we need?
We just need one. Well, I mean,
Let's two.
two to
Or
be safe.
5.
There are 3 cats.
Sharky, bring us 3 cats. And so Sharky will go, and he'll like just go up to the cats, and he'll gently nudge them so that they go in the direction of the van, and
This is
one at a
literally
time.
him herding cats.
Yes.
Give me Sharky's animal handling roll to see how long it takes him to herd cats.
Sure.
Now, when I saw those sensors, are they the kind of thing I could clone or copy, or do I need? Are they unique enough that I actually we need the collars to pass through?
They seem pretty unique. The other issue you realize is that they are calibrated based on size. So
Maybe I can recalibrate them.
yes, so that it basically says this thing that goes through is allowed to go through because the size of the living thing will kind of proc the alarm, and cat size will register on it, but then the collar says no, it is okay for this to pass through.
This is a low force Sharky, so I'm going to supplement with 5 thumper dice. And 2 hits.
It probably takes about 20 minutes.
Almost a glitch, but not quite.
And it takes about 20 minutes for Sharky to thoroughly
he's
herd 3
taking his
cats. Like he gets
record
one
all
there.
of this.
He gets like 1 cat there, and then it starts wandering away.
You guys could hold the cats. You don't have to just let him.
I use my animal handling to.
Probably managed to hold on to the cat.
Is it like one of those irritating WarioWare games?
Yeah.
So the other trick here is if we take the collars off the cats, we need to keep the cats from trying to get back in the house because they'll probably be shot.
Can't we just
and
put
that
them
will
in
create
the van?
Pardon?
Can we put them in the van? Is the van close?
No, we'll definitely have to put them in the van. I mean, yeah.
Who's allergic to cats?
I don't think any of us are.
Good.
We would know
We
by
hung
now.
out in a cat cafe.
Good. I just wanted to be clear because
Maybe we should just liberate them. I mean,
Well, they're not. They're just gonna go back home, and that is the problem. We don't want them walking in and creating a distraction before we're ready. We can liberate them after, but while we're heading into the house. Okay, we have 3 collars.
Mhm.
Can I recalibrate them? The other question is, who wants to wear the collars and go into the house?
I think Fang
I
should.
can't.
You
I can't cross that barrier without letting them know I'm here.
So Mordecai is team van. Fang wants to go.
please let me go.
Cromwell wants to go. Does that mean Elsie's also going?
Well, oh, can we send 3?
There's 3 collars.
Yeah, I'll go if we can do it. But
Yeah.
I just don't want to go by myself because I'm not.
No,
strong
yeah,
enough
and
to-
I can stay here and team remote. So I'm gonna need your weights.
Oh.
And I would like to place marks on these.
Yep.
How? So I don't want to make everyone sit through a bunch of tests.
So why don't you just give me one of your go big or go home to
Okay.
place the marks on all
200
enough marks on all 3 of them.
In
Okay.
25
Why don't you go big or go
kilograms.
Is a question for Cromwell. Is his astral perception innate or through a focus?
Innate.
Okay.
So you can
that's-
turn it off.
That's not going to be a problem for him crossing the man.
Right, yeah, so
Otherwise,
turn
he'd
it
have
off.
to go blind.
I'm 128 kilograms.
Just for good measure, since I don't know what the threshold is, I will use 3 thumper dice.
This is Neopets high security cat collars
Nice.
for all your cat security needs. Keep your
This-
cat safe indoors and out.
These people have money. You wouldn't think so, looking at their place, but
4 hits.
4 hits. Your net hits are 1. You succeed in placing the marks.
Oh my gosh, these things are. Neopets makes a good device.
Cat security. You don't want to entrust your cats to just any old
These are
corporation.
very precious kitties.
Cornbread
great.
doesn't need a collar.
Yeah, Barnaby gets the weirdest deliveries from Neopets sometimes that I didn't even order.
Well, it must be an outreach program.
Must be.
They have all sorts of data. They must know you're a pet owner of some sort. So, do I need to edit file on all three? I assume, do we want to do the same thing or three or
Just do
four?
the same thing.
Okay. I don't need to use go big at home. So edit file, I think I've got. I want these things to be better.
4.
Oh. You're
I am adding 4.
I have a feeling this will come back to haunt me if I don't use the rest of these. I envisions. Trying to change these, and every time I change the weight, it flips back.
Yeah.
Or like goes wrong, like it's
0 pounds.
Like no. So I use 5 thumper dice, which probably drains me the rest of the way. I don't know.
Oh. Ooh.
It's fine. Everything's fine. There weren't any ones in here, so it's fine. That's 4 hits.
You managed to get 2 of them to sit. You cannot get Cromwell's to work. Like the Neopet collar will not register a weight that is above 200 kilograms.
That makes sense, actually, because they're not taking care of bears or anything.
Yeah.
Damn it, Cromwell, you're not a pet.
Oh, I do.
Sorry, Crummy.
Well, it's all right. I'm not that useful anyway with the eyes and all, so probably best I'll just stay in the van and you'll be all right. Fang will look after you.
It'd be good to have some sight of magic in there, though. It's going to be hard without that.
You know how proximity wires work, right?
No.
2-meter radius around the wire that it registers a living signature.
But they would ignore the cats, right?
Yeah, so the cats can walk on the fence. So if you're climbing over the fence
You're within that
and
2
you have the
meters.
collar, you're within that 2 meters.
Can you jump over the fence?
Or I could levitate.
I could also disable the proximity wire.
Yeah.
But I have this really cute cat. Was it big enough to go around? It's not big enough to go around.
No,
It's a
it's,
bracelet.
it's like definitely a
I'll
bracelet.
say we leave the wire in place, and if you think you can levitate me over it, let's do that.
I can levitate you over it, no problem.
Well, you'd run into issues levitating him through the barriers. You'd basically have
Oh,
to
if there's
levitate him up,
I would
and then
have
he
to-
would just jump from the levitation
Oh.
over the fence.
Well, if he
You
gets
could do
me
it.
started with enough momentum,
Yeah, let's make this happen.
Yeah,
gonna
I could,
rocket
I could
launch
do like a
Cromwell.
magic toss.
Yeah, troll tossing, right?
Like,
What
a
could go
tabletop.
wrong? Tossing
I mean,
a blind troll
well,
over a
if I
fence.
lift him up high enough, I could just drop him on the other side. He's pretty resilient.
Yeah,
We were gonna climb the fence,
yeah.
right? Can we do that?
Yeah.
So you know there are cameras too that are observing
Yes.
outwards.
I
so you
would like
the
to
network for the
Feel-
cameras.
Yes. I don't. Do I need 3 marks to turn these cameras off? Okay. Well.
This is still the first one.
Great. We will. Let's try. I would rather do these as separate checks. I think I'm running out of thumper dice, and it's.
What attribute is it?
Marking is.
It's gonna be logic, probably.
Place those marks is gonna be logic. Yeah, and it's digitally modified anyway. So, let's just we'll go for go big and go home and try to mark it. I will drop to VR to get the bonus dice.
Nice. Oh yeah.
5 hits.
You succeed.
So I find the house network, and
It looks like a ball of yarn.
Aw.
it looks, well, they're thematically appropriate. Great. I just gnaw on the yarn a little bit and place those marks there.
You like tie some knots in it. And
Yeah, 3 knots in the yarn ball. I would like to control device.
Okay.
Are the cameras grouped in any way, or is fork, or do you want to do the same thing, just one test for all of them?
I think probably you'd need to do some separate tests. You could use fork to do 2 at once, and it's basically they're viewing the entire exterior
Okay,
of the
so
house.
they're all
you could,
separate.
Yeah,
Like,
so you
they're
could
not-
essentially select the 2 that you think are going to cover whatever their entrance ends up being.
We look. Where would you guys like to enter?
Doing a quick scan of it, like legitimately. Do you want to case the house?
Yeah,
You're
whatever
super
you
good at
think
it.
works.
Okay. I'm gonna do a perception check for that. And I got 1.
I probably think the east side.
Got 2.
It's like not the front, but like kind of around the side. The one that's like street side, because it's like a quad of 4 houses, and so you're looking at like one on the corner. So you're going to the side that's not surrounded by other buildings.
That would be nice.
Okay. I will make a fork attempt to control device and turn off those 2 cameras. And since I'm in VR, I'll stay in VR. Then. 4 hits.
You get both of them. You're able to either like loop them, turn them off. You can control the device.
Can I tell how much activity is on the network? Like if these cameras are being actively watched?
There isn't a spider, but it's probably connected to something.
I'll do the
that'll,
loop.
like proc them if they were to go
What
off.
time of day is it?
I mean, assume you guys got contacted sometime in the morning and you went up and then down. It's probably like late afternoon, early evening.
Close to sunset?
Close to dusk, yeah.
Then I'd turn off the cameras instead. Because
Okay.
if I loop, then it'll be very clear that the light doesn't match after a while. It's fine. The cameras are off. Oops. Bugs happen all the time.
All right.
But I would recommend moving quickly, and I can turn them back on once you pass through.
You guys are all going in stealthily? Is that the plan?
Yeah, often the plan.
Well, Sharky can help with that. So I'm going
Well, there's a mana barrier. So as soon as we walk through the mana barrier, it's gone, right?
I think so.
to... that's a good question.
So
That's actually I remember it's GM rule, so that's a...
I think in this case, you could maybe make an opposed test to get through the mana barrier, risking something recognizing that a spell is passing through the mana barrier. So it'd be Sharky probably rolling magic and like willpower,
Magic
or
willpower.
magic and charisma to push his spell through the mana barrier versus
Well-
the force of the barrier.
Sharky can try to conceal you guys. I'd say it has about like a 70-80% chance of working, but
We're pretty
if it doesn't
sneaky,
work,
right?
I think we could do it. I think we will send you a digital message, and if that's the case, break the barrier down. But
You send me a digital message, and I will make sure he receives it.
even better.
I can receive my own digital
Uh,
messages.
the
I'm
code
on the
word-
comms with you guys all the time.
The code word will be the cat's in the cradle in the silver moon.
That's more
It's
than one
just-
word.
It's
That's
also
what the code
spoon
phrase is.
and not moon, but
Oh,
Spoon is fine. That's you
is
could
it-
just yell spoon.
spoon.
Okay,
yeah. Let's
spoon,
make it spoon.
okay.
Or I don't know, help also works.
no. Spoon. Because help could be like,
Yeah, it could mean like I'm dying. I
Oh.
like spoon because it means
get us out.
do the thing.
Get us out.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
We need a wiki. We need a wiki.
We need
have
a
a
wiki
wiki.
of code words.
Of code words.
Someone make that page on the wiki.
Well,
Code words.
So to be clear, we're not going to do magical concealment because we don't want to risk putting that through the barrier. Cromwell, do you want me to levitate you over the fence and you can tuck and roll?
Right, let's do it. I'll be fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you?
no, it's fine.
Okay, you turned off the cameras?
Cameras
That's what I
are
was
off.
checking. Thank you.
I'll keep watching the other cameras for now.
But I do have to do it blind, I believe, because I don't think I can astrally perceive and go through the barrier.
You
Well-
can astrally perceive so long as it's not, so long as you don't have foci active from it. You have to turn your foci off, but the active...
I think there's a specific. I think in the rules of this universe, there's a specific ruling that's specific to adepts because it makes me dual-natured.
Yeah.
On
Ah,
blocks.
that's true.
Well, can you-
You're absolutely right. You're dual-natured. I forgot about that.
I assume this is Cromwell and Mordecai
So,
having a debate.
you will-
Yes, in this moment, you are dual
you will-
natured.
You will have to blindly
Can you increase his ability?
drop- Huh?
Can you
No,
increase
because
agility?
that
No,
can't
because
go
that
through.
spell
Oh, that's
would
right,
go
yeah.
to the very-
All right.
Well, can't you
Not to
land?
worry.
Wait. Can't you land
I
on
see
the
the
other side of the fence
Cromwell.
and then go through? Like,
I say to Cromwell,
No, the
Cromwell,
barrier and the fence are.
you are going to do so great. You're going to be dropped, and you're going to like stick that landing like old school gymnast.
But remember, don't look at anything until you feel the ground hit you.
All right.
And don't cannonball the house.
It's all right. The penalty for being
fine,
completely
it's
blind's
all
not
fine.
terrible or anything like that.
Is it 5?
You don't have to go in if you don't want to.
I think we're kind of committed to see where this train
No,
takes
no,
us.
I'm gonna make this happen.
I'm not useless, all right? I can do this.
No one says you are.
No, you can do this.
Well, I says I am
rolling a
sometimes.
You're
leadership?
gonna stick that landing.
All right, let's see how this works.
Rolling a leadership?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I spy Cromwell and I magically lift him up
Record.
and float.
Find
gently-
your grail.
I gently float him over to the other
Okay.
side of the
I
fence.
normally get with gymnastics. Here's what I
Roll
do.
3 more dice from the leadership, from the inspiration of your charge.
Right. 3 hits. But it's 2 1s, and because I've got the bad luck trait, that counts as a glitch.
Okay, so let's get a mental picture of this before I decide what fate
No,
befalls
that
you.
was with the extra 3 because I lost 5 for being blind.
Can the glitch come in the form of me saying, "All right, Cromwell, I'm going to drop you on the count of 3," and then I notice the cat's over, and I just drop him
Before
without
3?
counting.
Mordecai.
Well, so the barrier is like a cube, right?
Okay.
On top of it. So you have to get him higher than the fence, but you can't, like, if you just drop him, he's gonna fall. So he has to jump. Like, he has to provide himself some
Well,
forward.
I was going to lift him like all the barrier
So he's-
because like over
Oh,
the
yeah,
ceiling.
yeah, you're right. Over the ceiling.
So he
Okay.
could just drop through.
Great.
Yeah. So even further.
So a standard
wait, I-
building would be.
Yes.
Maybe you want to use.
We'll say you fall
Nope, it's already been determined.
Oh shit.
9 meters. No, 10 meters. We'll say it's
like
10
free fall
meters.
for you.
So here's the thing. The first roll was gymnastics, which
Yeah.
I used to mitigate free fall. That's what I glitched on.
Yep.
And then
Yep.
I'll get another free fall check, which I also take a 5 penalty on.
Yep.
But
Yep.
to try to mitigate some of that damage, maybe that's
I
where
hope
I
we
should
didn't
use some
infect
thumper
this up.
dice. Because I'm falling rather far.
Good use of.
I think,
Well, the damage
5
value is 1 per meter.
Thumper
except
dice.
for, I think, the first 2 meters.
Oh, and I get to resist. Well,
Yeah.
So you can fall like
2 are always.
Wow. Thanks to thumpers.
Whoa!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of my 8 dice were hits on the
Wow.
free fall.
On
Yeah.
the free fall. So you.
So his
Okay, here's what happens. This is a glitch. And I recognize that technically the glitch was not Mordecai's fault. But we will say that Cromwell got very excited. And you end up getting dropped onto the roof of the building.
right.
So you were like, oh, wait, is this the right spot? It's totally the right spot. I can sense it. And then you saw a cat and you're like, oh, okay. And then you were like, oh my God, it's the cornbread. And then you realized it wasn't cornbread. It was just another ginger cat.
Yeah.
I think my astrovision's vertically off. I seem to be in the air.
And then you free fall onto the roof of the building.
Is he underneath the barrier or is he on top? Okay, so he is within the barrier.
Yeah, you are now inside the
Wait.
barrier.
Okay.
Or on the roof,
Okay.
not outside where the other 2 will be.
Yeah, we're gonna jump the fence. Oh, if that's okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me both your gymnastics for climbing a fence.
Oh, I have dice for that.
Yes, you should. That's a thing that
I took-
periodically you have to do.
And I used 2 dice before, so I need to have
Okay.
mine reduced.
2.
4.
Elsie makes it over.
I mean, it'd probably be nice to use thumper dice, but I've already yelled out 2.
Yep.
Am I allowed to use thumper
Yep.
dice now? Okay, please pass me 4 thumper dice.
Sweet. Okay, good. That's good.
Three.
Perfect. That is the threshold for climbing a standard fence.
We
Cromwell,
have always been undone by fences.
Cromwell says, nice job taking down this fencing operation. And then he puts the novelty sunglasses on from Mordecai.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm in Team Van.
Can
say
you
we
be
all.
my squad leader? I've never led a hit inside a building when I was on the force, so I need someone to tell me what to do.
Okay.
Okay, so the two of you are on the east side of the building.
We're on the ground.
So, you know, if you go around the side, you'll find it'll be the front of the building. There's no doors on the east side. There are some boarded up windows. It's 3 stories tall, give or take, up to roughly where Cromwell is, and he is on the top of the roof, because this roof is at a very slight peaked slope.
I send Cromwell a message that just says, "Hey, so you're on a roof, right?"
Right, I turn my astrovision back on. It's probably blinding being surrounded by a barrier.
It is uncomfortable.
Do you want me to pull you up, or do you want me to come down?
I think we probably want you to come down because you can't get into the building from where you are, can you?
There's boarded up windows up here.
Is there a chimney?
Oh my
No,
No.
You won't fit.
That's how people get cut.
Definitely not a
Elsie.
Cromwell-sized one. Little chimney sweep, Elsie.
I'm just saying, if they have security, it's more likely to be on the ground floor than the top floor.
Well, doesn't he have his wall climbing thing?
Yes, I can get down. I can get down easily.
Okay. I'm gonna look for a good entry point. Like,
And there's a boarded up ground floor window.
yeah, I'm gonna take a
Got
look at
like some planks that it's been fairly well hammered in. It's kind of reinforced.
Before you guys do that, let me check to make sure there's no other devices.
Yeah.
I only really focused on the
no
perimeter.
turrets.
Are there any additional cameras?
Give me a quick matrix perception.
If not, I have 2 katanas, and one of them is really good at opening things that are not bodies.
It would have been nice to have that 8 before,
Yeah,
but we're
yeah.
fine. If we got 8, I see everything.
So as you're looking around, what you find is interesting is you suspect there was a lot more security around the perimeter, and there's like some on kind of the front door, but or some of like the main front door, and that's about it. There's another proximity wire there. It doesn't appear to be a lot of. You get the feeling that the security is almost more to keep people in than to stop people from getting in.
Okay. Well, do you need the front door? Because if you don't, then you're pretty much golden. There's a proximity wire there. But I
the
can't
front
find
door?
at the front door, but I can't find anything else.
All right, I think we're just gonna go in the side here. If it looks like everybody's
it's
gonna-
like it's not like boarded up with wood. We're like like security reinforced. It's like a monofilament chainsaw could probably get
Well, I
through it.
gave her her chainsaw back because she
I do have it.
apologized.
Yeah, I'll try to do that.
Is there any entrance on the top that looks at all less secure? Yeah, the monofilament chainsaw's loud, right?
There isn't one on the roof.
Like, we spent all this time sneaking in. If we turn a chainsaw on,
Yeah.
the whole thing's for
I mean,
nothing.
I can turn the
I'd say-
sensors off on the front door, but we don't know what's behind it. There could be a ton of people back there.
Yeah, let's not go in the front. Like, I feel like
I'm looking for something I could, like, more quietly than a chainsaw pry off.
Oh, like sneaking.
I'd say the top floor probably has the least reinforced coverings on the windows. There's even, we'll say there's one on the west, like on the opposite side of where Elsie and Fang are. That's actually still reinforced glass. It's like an actual window. It's shade tinted and such that you can't see in, but it's like a real window.
Let's break it.
Right, so Cromwell will drop a rope on that side of the house.
Great.
Message you guys. I'll just pull them up.
Okay.
There were no cameras on this
So
side.
there's cameras on every side of the building.
Oh,
You
I
only
thought-
turned off the cameras on the east side.
Oh,
So now, wait, but they're looking out, so they will probably not see a rope slide under, but they will see us walking around.
They would definitely see you walking around the edge, and they would probably like see a large troll going down the side of a building.
So can I turn off those cameras and turn on the other cameras?
And depending on how precisely you want to do the timing, will determine the threshold.
I don't need it to be super precise.
But
I'll pop the old cameras back on, and then
Well, can we?
While they are still there.
they're in
So
range of.
we're still on the east side.
Yeah,
He's
they're
on the
east
west.
side. He's on the roof. There's no camera on the roof.
So we need to like turn off both sides. Us
Fine.
do this one.
I'll just turn the new ones off. The more cameras I turn off, the more likely someone's going to realize something's up. So that's just be aware that time will compress itself.
Gotcha.
I will turn those cameras off.
Thank you.
You have
Still in VR.
You have 4 that you need to turn off because there's 2 on each side.
Or
because you've got 2 for depending on whichever side they want to cross around, and then 2 on the opposite side.
I got for my first 2 checks, and I will use 2 thumper dice. The cats are very distracting. I got 3 hits to turn off the first 2 cameras.
They kind of flicker in static for a moment and then turn back on.
Damn it.
You don't feel like you've been noticed yet, though.
Okay, so just barely missed. Fine. I will do it again. Mainframe gets pissed. And now she gets 6 hits.
This time they turn off.
That is 2 cameras down.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure that's gonna clear, so I will go ahead and use my 3 thumper dice because I've had a failed test and I can really rather not attract attention, so use these, and I do 5 hits on the second set of cameras.
These ones will also turn off.
Right. I believe your path is clear.
So you've blacked out all of the cameras except the ones on the front of the house.
Yes,
Great. We go around and climb the rope.
All right. Cromwell's got enough non-medicated patches, the ones I use to stick RFID chips. He'll use those and he'll put them on the glass in kind of a pattern. Is there any kind of like handle or anything he sees on the inside? Like,
No, you can't see him.
This is a black window, right?
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. He patches it up while you're on your way up so that we can like punch out a small area without breaking the whole window and making a lot of noise.
I don't have razor fingers. That was not something that.
It's all right. I've got a tomahawk. It's got a pointy end unless someone has anything that can cut glass. I think a welding torch isn't gonna cut glass.
I thought I had a glass cutter.
If you have a breaking and entering kit.
I will send you a
Probably got a
couple of
glass cutter.
metacons of
Does
like
it?
I don't know.
and a thank you.
I think so. If it does, then I'll tell you what. I didn't find a glass cutter when I purchased stuff, so I don't know what I'm talking
As
about.
Shadowrunners, we should probably someone should invest in a breaking and entering kit.
I've got no. I have a kit.
Do you?
Yeah. I thought you did too.
Looking for it.
I have a katana.
I just have a.
I have a katana. I will.
Glass cutter kit. I assume it's one of those where you're like, thunk.
Yeah.
Notice?
Yeah. Where you have the little suction thing.
The suction
and then
cups the glass.
Do you have that?
I have it.
Okay,
I
do
might not be the best person to do this part.
Oh, because you can't.
I can shimmy up the rope and get it from you.
Right.
Sharky is my breaking and entering kit.
So I think it's a palming check, which Cromwell's normally okay at, but not
Yeah.
these days.
I'd also like you, while you are holding onto the rope, to give me a gymnastics, Elsie, along with your palming, to see how successfully you stay on the rope while attempting
You want
to slice and dice.
You want to. So I'll do a gymnastics test first.
Yeah.
3.
Okay, you stay on the rope.
Good.
And then
You kind of like wind it around your leg.
Oh, like
yeah, it's like
you do it upside down.
aerial trapeze kind of.
Worst part about turning off cameras is you
I'm
don't get to see
gonna
what's
use
happening.
2 thumper dice on this
You have
glass
your tiny
pudding,
drone.
'cause I-
Do you say that out loud? Turn mine on. I mean, my icon is that closer to them, but.
Thanks, Fang.
Yeah, 6 on palming.
Great. So you
Gonna make me
very
seasick.
successfully slice a hole through the window.
Yeah. And then I like try to put my hand through and like undo the like find out if there's any way to open it from the.
So you eventually feel around, and then you find like kind of a latch on the inside, and you go like crank it, and it's a little stiff, and eventually it like cracks open, and it opens about 2 feet.
Great. That's Elsie sized.
Yeah.
Maybe
a little. It's like enough to squeeze through.
Great. I will shimmy into the window. And once inside, I'll just like take a quick is anybody in the room with me?
So when you shimmy in, give me a quick perception around the room.
2.
The lights are out. It's pretty dark in there. Even if you fit your goggles in, you notice that there is, I guess, sort of a unmade bed in the corner. It's a pretty small room. It looks like it might have once been more than one room, and it's unmade, like kind of bedraggled. There's like little bits and pieces and stuff around the room. It feels sort of in shambles, and then there's a door at the far side.
Okay. I relay what I'm seeing back to the team.
You also hear a slight meowing. There's clearly another cat inside the room.
Cromwell's partway through the window when he hears the meow and he freezes up. I assume if it's 2 feet, you can get through the window.
You can get through it, yeah. You're gonna probably have to break it a little bit and kind of.
Spelunking tip: if your head can fit through a space, your body can.
That's not
You're
true.
in shape. I don't know if that's true for trolls.
Yeah.
Your cranium's
for-
the widest part.
Really?
For certain
Your
people.
ribs and arms can all be moved to get through spaces easily. Anyway,
Can my head fit us? Wait. I know this is completely. You know how some people can fit through tennis rackets?
Okay, this is an off-topic comment. I'm gonna cut you off like I do my suit.
And yet fascinating.
back
And
to
then I
the
will
image.
get you a tennis racket, and we'll see if you can.
Wait, so my head can fit through, my entire body can fit through.
Squad goals.
Anyway, I think Cromwell freezes up when he hears the cat. Is the cat nearby, Elsie? Actually, I can astrally
Yeah,
perceive.
you can see the cat. It's like curled up on the bed.
Alright, he very carefully lets himself in the room. Keeps an eye on the cat.
Keeps an eye, like metaphorically.
Yes, an astral eye.
I will slip in after someone finally moves.
Yeah. So you make it in. You are in a darkened room with not but a
All
cat.
have low light vision.
Oh, shoot.
Well,
My helmet's on.
round of 3.
What's wrong with that?
Oh
I
well.
need to make sure I
Oh
say
shit.
it once.
Sorry.
Because it gives me armor.
It's alright, I have astral vision. It doesn't depend on light. So there's, is there any, only the cat seems to be alive?
In this room.
Does the cat just seem like a normal cat? Evil cat.
You don't get a sense of more than normal cat evilness from it.
Okay.
Actually, give me a sensing. And like you've had a bit of time with these cats.
Only one hit.
I mean, you can't say for sure, but you get the feeling that they spend a fair amount of time around a mage.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Mage cats.
Do these cats all look similar?
No, there's actually a fair amount of variety.
Okay. I
Not
just wanted to
clone
make sure we
cats.
weren't dealing with clone cat. Yeah.
No, they're like different colors and patterns and
Mordecai,
hair
I think
length.
there's a mage in here, which maybe
Well-
you already put together based on the mana barrier. But
Yeah, that was top of my list of reasons there would be a mana barrier.
well, evidence number 2 is that there's a cat here who has an astral signature that seems like it spends a lot of time around mages.
Okay, well, I'll be ready to bust in there if you need help.
Only if we say not right now, but spoon.
Did you say spoon?
No. She said not right now. It's
I preface it.
we didn't clarify that
Okay.
was a temporary dispensation, but
So Fang, do you want to take point?
Yes. I mean, as long as you tell me what to do, because I've never.
We just need
okay.
to like stalk the hallways until we find our. We're probably gonna find our naked homeless man.
Okay. I'm gonna go
You
to
hope
the
that he might
door.
not be naked anymore.
I'm gonna put my ear against the door, and I'm gonna first perceive to see if I
It's
hear
been
anything.
like a month or so.
Oh wow.
2 months since it's picked
Okay.
up.
I critically glitch listening through the door.
Listening through the door. You have put your ear against a closet door.
Oh well, that's much better than I thought. Okay.
Like
There-
Fang. Oh,
There is no sound.
I open that door.
Deaf for a moment.
I open that door.
How-
A
How
broomstick
quiet-
falls out on you.
Oh. Ah!
You immediately draw your katana and it howls.
No.
I wasn't because I practiced non-killy combat, so as the professionals call it.
Yeah, I guess that would be a critical glitch, forcing you to draw your howling katana.
I will go to the other door.
How about I'll try this one?
Okay.
I'll stealth, try to open the door.
Okay.
You want a stealth check or do you?
Yeah, sure. You're trying to open it quietly.
And he opens it non-Cromwell style.
Wait.
With the handle and everything.
Maybe you
It's a glitch. It's hard being
Okay.
done.
Hey, I'm free. I've just got a bad feeling about what's going on in there. Are you gonna be okay in the van if I just like wait by the mana barrier? Because again, like just
You
this
have a bad feeling
bad
about
feeling.
the blind troll we dropped blindly inside a mana barrier? No, go ahead.
Are you,
Cromwell opens the door at first pretty quietly, like it opens inwards and you kind of like peek your head out, and then he forgets, because he doesn't open doors normally very often, that they require frequently a gentle touch, and he pulls on it too hard and rips part of it off of its hinges, and it makes a sort of noise.
He quickly makes a ghost noise. Ooh!
What is going on over the comms?
It's fine. Everything's fine.
When you look out of the doorway, you see a hallway.
Good.
And in the hallway there are
Cats.
there are 3 closed doors
Oh, that's fine.
and a stairwell.
Oh, that's fine.
Coming up the stairwell, you hear the sound of footsteps.
Hide, ambush.
Okay. Let's all hide like
In the
on
room,
other,
yeah.
on the other side of the door, so that when the door opens, we can just pull him in and
Smart idea.
They're running back into the room they came out of.
Okay.
yeah.
So you hear as the sound of footsteps as it comes up the stairs. You hear someone cry out, "Michaela, stop ye wailing!"
Wait, Michaela's a ghost?
no one answer that.
No, but we listen to see if anyone else does.
Does anybody reply?
Or is it decay?
You hear what might be like a sort of grumbling sound from one of the other rooms on the floor.
Oh.
And then, and are you looking through the doorway?
No.
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 Okay,
I
you
think I'm being
pretty much
careful,
closed
because
it.
it was
Yeah,
a
we're
mage,
all
they could
hiding.
probably actually perceive.
So you've closed the door behind you. So you hear kind of the footsteps go to one of the other doors on the landing and like knock on the door. Michaela, is everything all right?
Not our door.
Can I do a, like, I'm hoping Cromwell's hearing's gotten a little better. Can I do a perception to try to guess
Yeah.
which door goes to?
Because we can do a grab and mouth cover and
I'm gonna
not break the
assume
neck.
A hearing
Mordecai.
perception check does not suffer a blindness penalty.
Mordecai is levitating upside down, like Mission
I'm
Impossible
gonna
style, over the
use
barrier, ready to punch through
These
it.
2 chat room dice.
Stay clear of the front
3
door.
hits.
3 hits. 2 chat.
If I'm going in, it
2
won't
number dice.
matter.
So it is so there were kind of 4 on the landing, and there's you, and it's probably the one directly to your right.
So super close.
Have the footsteps gone away?
You haven't heard them move away yet. Hear the-
So if we open the door, is that person within grabbing distance?
No.
I sent a message to the 2 of them. If we can grab this guy, I can probably like take his place and imitate him and try to get Michaela to open the door.
To be clear, the voice that you were hearing sounded female.
Oh, okay.
Michaela's. Or
No, the person calling for Michaela.
Oh, okay.
There's a good chance Michaela's a prisoner.
I'm gonna make a small beep of open the door slowly, grab when he investigates. Y/N?
Let's do it.
You want to run out?
No, I want to
No.
open the door and see if the person investigates the door. if we open it slowly.
Just for the record, I'm gonna switch back out of VR and go to AR because I don't have cover.
Yeah.
So I can physically perceive.
Let's start
I
on the
haven't released
cats.
my hold on those marks
Yeah.
yet.
Have the cat make a noise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we make the cat make a noise?
I mean, it's a cat.
Yeah.
I probably have water on me.
Probably.
I squirt water on the cat.
You hear the footsteps and kind of you hear the person turn. Coco, and begin coming closer. It sounds like it's coming closer to the door.
Can I ready an action to hit him with my boom boom hand?
Yeah, give me your
Thunder grip.
give me your sneak.
I don't. Oh yes, I have that.
And I'll ready an action to try to grapple them.
This is gonna be great.
I'm gonna add 3 thumper dice
Mr. Thumper Dice.
because I want this to be crazy sneaky. Oh my god! I'm gonna use a point of my own edge
I've got my boom boom hand ready.
to re-roll almost all of them because 2 is not enough.
Alright, I threw water on the cat to make Lauren happy.
And this time I got 7.
Okay. You're pretty dang sneaky.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So the door will open. It opens inwards. The person's going to step in. They will be surprised by you, so they will not get to defend.
Great.
So that means you roll your attack and add all of your hits to the stun damage value.
Really?
This is what happens if you don't get to defend.
Ooh. I'm really glad we're sneaky.
Feeling really glad that Thing has learned non-lethal damage.
12 stun minus 5
Old cat lady.
armor. I'm hoping that's a mage, because mages are not known for their armor.
You kind of, as they open the door, they just smack down on the arm and let enough electricity through their body that they instantly collapse on the ground and are unconscious. Crumpled on the floor in front of you. Crumpled on the floor in front of you, slightly singed, hair sticking up out of her tightly coiled bun that is sort of long hair wrapped around.
Thank
Old
you,
lady
Thumper.
with a pacemaker.
Thank you, Thumper, for letting me do that.
Long dark brown hair, sort of darker complexion, appears to be wearing something that's almost akin to scrubs.
I gag her and put plastic restraints on her.
And trundle her on the bed, I assume. And with that, we shall leave the interrogation to next week.
Well, no.
Hey, we snuck into a place.
You snuck into the crazy cat lady's house.
Wait, so that's not the mage.
Guys,
That's wearing a scrub.
Sounds like a nurse.
we
Nurse mage.
successfully have done stealth with a blind troll.
This is
And
fun.
Fang.
And bang.
I know.
Nice work, guys. Super adequate.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much, Thumpers, for all of your donations, the dice that you have provided to us. You are a magnificent, wonderful collection of individuals who we are honored.
They will
and
carry
enjoy
over next
performing
week.
through.
So
We have been Shadowrun Corporate Sins, but don't go anywhere because you know all this metagame stuff that we're talking about? That is about to happen in front of your very faces.
Ooh.
And the computer screen.
Or screen. I assume you're probably looking at it with your face and not your face.
Cyber eyes.
Maybe. You never know. I don't know. You do you. You do you. I'm Lynn Warren, Random Tuesday, your GM. I don't know what. Before Rai gets here, you say who you are.
I'm
Sign
Tony
off.
Beeman. I'm at L Beefus.
I'm Janine. I am at Admiral Asma.
I am Claudia, and I'm at Jackie Dash, J-A-K-I-D-A-S-H.
I am Cheryl, and I am at Muppet Aphrodite.
Dan Poslin's at Dan Poslin's.
Thank you guys, and I'll turn you over to that guy, this other guy.
Can I make a bad pun while he sets up?
You
Yes.
may make a bad pun.
The Thumpers make this place of the internet real hoppin'.
Oh.
That That was it.
I worked on that.
You managed
That's what
our
we're ending the show on.
expectations. Excellent. All right, I'm gonna grab appropriate dice.
Okay.
Or can I steal yours, Lauren?
Here, I got you. I know.
It's only D6s.
Wait,
Oh,
I know where your dice bucket is.
Can you pass me some dice? All right.
No, I
thank
got you.
Dice.
Yeah.
I know where you got it.
Excellent. All right, guys. Yes, as Lauren was saying, so we're gonna see some of the results of what's happening in the corporate war. Of course, this is just the tip of the iceberg. So, you know, as Freud put it, there's all that weird stuff about like being attracted to your mother, and then there's the backstabbing, and that's a big part of the corporate war. So, if you're not sold on it now, I don't know what's ever gonna change your mind.
I don't sound very edible.
Okay. And now we can see you.
Hi, chat room.
Hi, chat.
Thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime.
Yeah.
Remember, you could do that and remind yourself to do that.
That's right. So if you don't know what Twitch Prime is, it means that if you have Amazon Prime, you can actually subscribe for free to any Twitch channel like this one and help support us putting on huge, awesome shows with super talented casts and crazy stories that actually tie in to the corporate war metagame that you all can play in. So if you want to see more of that kind of stuff happening, and you do have Amazon Prime, throw us a sub.
I know.
The song. Someone said I love the song, and it reminded me how much I like the song.
And as always, something happened.
Someone told me about the Cubs game.
Oh yeah,
which is
it's
pretty
tied.
exciting. It's tied, and it's rain, and it's on the 10th inning.
It's delayed for rain.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like 100% drama on Max. All right. So here we go. For today, our big update is going to be starting with As Technology. So this is only the stuff I can talk about publicly. Of course, there's more stuff going on, like I said before. Now, 8% increase in heavy industry for...
Sorry, but Elaki just
As
said
Technology.
about the funniest thing I've seen all day.
Oh, go ahead.
Edibles, spelled like Oedipus, the new brand of Seattle Metroplex pot that makes you feel like you're at home with mom. You can gouge your eyes out too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty great.
That is totally worth interrupting for. Thank you, Elaki. All right, so 8% increase in heavy industry for As Technology. Congratulations, as well as that thing I'm not going to say. And then Evo, a 3% increase in their biotech. Less
Nice.
impressive, but you know, still solid. They're level 8. And let's see here. We also have for Neonet. Whoa, quite a bit of Matrix research that we are going to need Lauren for.
What?
You're gonna be rolling some dice. Of course,
Whoa.
they are dominating the Matrix Industries with their subsidiary.
Is Neonet on our Yum Yum list?
We
Yeah, which
actually
list
like
are they on? All right, do you want to go over here?
Okay.
I'll,
We
scroll over for
also.
you.
Oh.
Grab a couple of D6s that you think are gonna be good for you. All right, so you're gonna be rolling for Matrix Research, and I'll remind you guys that they have already over 60 billion in Matrix services already, well above that, and so they are crushing that market right now. Hey,
Thank you
Ooh, thank you for that
subscribing.
resub. Kavatha.
It's pretty good.
All right, so you rolled a 10, which is great, and they're getting big bonuses. They got an additional bonus this week due to their awesome PR.
Imp in my head, if I bring any more cats home, Lauren will kill my character.
Because these cats probably don't have FID.
Is that...
These cats also clearly have an owner.
So did the last one.
Are you catnapping?
Chat
Yes,
is trying
cat burglaring.
to egg me into taking more cats, but I'm monogamous, I think, when it comes to my cat relationships. So.
Right, and comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
All right. Can you grab 2 D4s?
I see where you're going. But
So because of your extremely good rolling, that means they're going to get a bonus much higher than usual, which is why they're getting 2 D4s for this bonus.
2 and 2.
Excellent. So that's a 4% increase. That would be the max that they could get under normal circumstances. So it doesn't help to be able to roll 2 D4 instead of 1. All right, and as well, we're going to be rolling 2 more D6s for more Matrix research for Neonet. Yes. All right. No, that's a good roll. That's going to be a solid success. They won't get anything extra special. It'll just be 1 D4.
Yeah, nogamous.
Hey!
meow nogamous. Wow.
Yes.
All right, and can you do the honor for me one more time? It's going to be for Matrix Services. Not bad either. That's another success. So
It's a hit and a miss.
let's see another D4 roll. Wow! Lucky number 4. So you're seeing three 4% increases for their already huge Matrix services. Again, over 60
Welcome.
billion new yen in that.
Welcome.
Wow.
Thank you, Lauren.
Ex Neutropis.
Crushing it.
I cannot say your name right, but what we are doing currently is in our Shadowrun game, there are corporations in this world, and they kind of have
They're really
abilities,
evil.
and they can start pulling our world apart like puppets.
Or donating $2 billion to a charity one of us founded.
Yeah,
All kinds
so
of
it
things.
is
Great
your,
way to get some dirty money out of your hands.
and it's a way to impact our game, so you could potentially like change this world. Like for example,
Get them a van.
you can get a van, you can
Or
run
create
for
a
governor.
situation where one of our team is blinded.
What else
Or
have we
create
done?
a situation where 1,000 children are.
You know what? There was a hero written by the name of Fagin who once did the same thing for the children of London.
So
Just
it's just our kind of game that you can be a part of with your subscribers.
Yes, be a part of the world of Shadowrun and even do things like hire runners and give them new buffs, abilities, crazy things, or give them to their enemies. That's always an option. We're always down with that. Right? No, it's just me. All right, so Seder Krupp saw a 7% increase in their robotics, which is great for them. So they are moving on up. Oh!
Subscriber.
Hey, welcome aboard the Yojimbo.
Time roller. I know that name.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome, Thumper.
Thank you.
You are our latest Enterprise Kitchen Bureau Director. Welcome aboard.
And we had several resubs come in. Thank you for the resubs.
Yeah.
Thank you
so
for
much.
sticking with the Thumpers. We love you.
Did we hit our Steam Key giveaway goal?
Yeah, our winner actually is going to be Aridin SC.
Artie Snack.
Party snack.
What just happened? We dance for subscribers.
That's true. Every single subscriber, we will do a funny little dance for you, and then every 5 subscribers, we will actually give away a Steam Key.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna set up that whisper, and I'll get that to you in a minute, Aridin. Now, let us finish with research for today. All right, it looks like heavy industry for Seder Krupp, not so good. No increases there on their research. Sorry, guys. And Shiawase saw an increase in their they did not see an increase in their law enforcement, but an 18% increase in shipping, which is pretty huge.
We ship here.
The shipping industry is very healthy in the 6th world.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, and unfortunately they did not see an increase in biotech, but Wuxing saw a 6% increase in their media. Very good for Wuxing. And they made a really awesome audio PR today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Subscriber.
There you go. Yeah, sure.
Hey, thank you so much for that subscription. Welcome aboard. Whoops, 7 months.
Still nice.
Still.
I like it.
TJ09, what kind of suite did you get? Okay, your crew position is unionized ninja cleanliness integrator.
Nice. Welcome.
Nice.
That's very important.
And you're well protected by that union, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Good on breaks.
Good luck plugging anything in around him. All right, so next up, for Renraku. Oh yes, working on shipping. Wonderful. They researched shipping twice this week, and they saw a 12% and a 13% increase in shipping, which is great because it's a level 3 subsidiary, so they're very small at this point in terms of the Nuyen, but those boosts will help get them back up to speed. Now some PR also came out this week. The PR, of course, was about Evo's magical magical goods, and also about the praises of Aztec's consumer goods. We actually saw a 2% increase in Aztec's consumer good market and a 8% loss in Evo's magical goods market because of this PR. So the smear campaign is on. Sorry, Evo.
That's really rough.
Also, something happened to Ares. Something tragic happened to Ares this week. They saw some sort of loss in their markets. They actually saw a 1% decrease in their law enforcement market, which is one of their strongest markets. Not sure what that's all about. Probably something secret. And as well, Evo opened a new law enforcement subsidiary. And they opened it up at 15 billion, which is pretty solid for a new subsidiary. That means they're all starting out as a level 3, and they're actually just 1 billion away from hitting level 4. So congratulations to Evo!
Nice.
PR gets you down. Now that is going to be the update on what's happening with the corporations this week. Let's go to the tips.
So, what's happening right now? I'm sorry.
We're going to read the tips.
So you're gonna read the donations. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
They are in fact tips, technically not donations. So I'm trying to work on
That makes
calling
sense.
them tips.
Because we're not charity.
We are not a charity. We take the tips so that we can have shows like this and everything else you see. All
And
right.
you can find out more about what was going on with those corporate wars by logging into our Discord if you're a subscriber. And if you pledge to a corporation, you can see all the behind-the-scenes discussion that led to all those actions.
Yeah, I saw one. Mr. Cromwell had been talking in one corporation. No surprise there. And as well, of course, you can vote. Right now, the polls are open. If you could drop that link in chat, you can help choose who the next Seattle Metroplex governor is going to be, or supposed to be. This is Shadowrun after all.
Best PK Theater Corporate Wars is like fantasy football for gamers.
There you go.
Nice. That's
That is
But
very,
not sport gamer.
Not sport game. I mean, it
Game.
could be sport gamers.
Wait.
That's a kind of geek.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think most of the corporations have Twitter accounts you can follow. Our characters have Twitter accounts. You can find out more about the things that the Corpse and we have been doing on our corpsins.wikia.com.
What's that URL again?
Corpsins.wikia.com.
Oh.
Check it out. All right, guys. So let's start off with Paladin Hulk here. $10. Thank you so much. Aw, Claudia got Fang's introduction right. I enjoy when she stumbles, but I guess now she flies. Go, Claudia.
Did it.
Spreading those
Thank
wings.
you. Thank
You
you for
did
noticing.
great.
I tried my best. It only took me 5 times.
And $30 from Gaia. Neonet wants to give Mordecai some dice.
Thank you, Neonat. I appreciate it.
They're so nice.
And Krellin with $10. Dice to Lauren because the voices are great.
I had to go through like 5 of them in a row.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive how easily you.
I literally have a list of like all my NPCs. I make you go.
I enjoy them.
I had not been the tea lady in a long time.
It's my
I like the tea lady. I miss the tea lady.
Yeah.
Chat definitely knows. They're like,
She's
wow.
related to Sharky.
British Sharky.
Now with Silence of the Deep sent in $10 for dice to help Cromwell and the spider and his little birds.
Oh.
Nice Ferris reference.
And as well, BP Phantom sent in $50. Thank you so much. 2 dice for Mordecai, the sweetest PSVR burn. And hashtag the Sinless, 3 dice to Lauren because Lauren.
Thank you.
There you go. And $50 from Arizlin. No dice for MMFEC. Leave my poor dead ghost alone. No poking for DNA. Hashtag Arizlin. The ghosty for governor. Wow. So Arizlin's got 5 dice to burn. Interesting if he somehow showed up. I guess a ghost could show up. Technically,
Ghosts
right?
aren't real.
I'm not
except
an
for
expert.
My character's dad.
But his spirit.
It's complicated.
Well, we thank you even if our characters don't.
Yeah.
Yes. And Mal Hidale sent from Aries matches donations made to the MCF and gives another 2 billion nuyen additionally when they enroll all of the affected children in the Squire Orders. Oh,
Is that a canon? We need to follow up on whether
Yeah.
that happened.
I guess if someone makes a donation to the MCF, they will match it.
Good.
All right, give all your money to Cromwell.
Cromwell Magnuson Foundation.
Your corporations will get
Magnuson
nothing but
Cromwell
good PR from this completely well thought out charity.
Robert, make fun of my name, will you, Lauren? Make MMFEC pay.
I did not make fun of your name. Claudia did.
Oh, sorry. The way I said that made it sound like they were blaming
Oh.
you. There's a period, and then Lauren, make MMFEC pay.
Wait, what did I make fun of? Yeah, I make fun of
Robert.
You said that Robert was not. I forget the exact wording.
It
but
just.
you were disappointed by the selection.
Why is his name like Razorblade?
Maybe because he didn't want to be obvious.
Or like Thumb Drive. Like I needed something that was just a little bit more Shadowrunny.
Maybe his parents named him Robert, and
Yeah, but
he loves his parents.
Thumb drive. Thumb drive.
That's like
Somebody better claim that name.
a future hippie thing. Like instead of
Thumb
naming
drive.
your kid Flower,
Zip disk.
you like name them after like nostalgic.
Okay, once Fang dies, no, what if Fang's not gonna die? But my next Shadowrun's gonna be named Zip Drive.
Escalating quickly.
But like
All
not
right.
modern tech, like old tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boss tech.
N64.
Like
64.
Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. Well, thank you for the $70 KB Tibbs, a die for Cromwell, Elsie, Fang, Mainframe, and Mordecai, 2 dice for Lauren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karma.
I do have 8 billion karma. It's pretty great.
I'm trying.
Robert Thumb Drive does sound like an awesome.
Yeah, maybe his last name was Thumb Drive.
That would be great. Robert Thumb Drive.
Robert Razorblade Thumb Drive.
Oh yeah.
And our final donation of the night, $20 from Vasco da Gamer, 2 dice for Mainframe to help deal with these finicky data fields. I hate when I'm trying to infiltrate a compound and my deck autofills my Netflix password.
I know, Vasco is the worst.
Seriously, Thumb Drive is a horrible name. I wish I could change it.
Thumb Drive just tipped 25.
There we go.
Thank you, Thumb Drive.
Nice Thumb Drive.
Poor Thumb Drive.
Your parents should be known.
Thumb Drive? Really, Claudia? Hashtag facepalm.
Totally valid.
Cosette cassette.
Robert Laserdisc.
Drive
Oh,
people.
wait.
Sorry, what? Now that sounds like a great name.
Robert Laserdick.
Coming to a theater near you.
Can that be a porn name?
I started laughing.
I know what my shadow. Oh, jeez. I know what my Shadowrun character is gonna be named.
Sitting too close to Claudia.
No, you're not. You're sitting across the table.
Well, he was Robert Laserdick, and then he had
Robert
a tragic.
Thumb Drive, thank you for the follow. Totally a legitimate account, and
Yeah.
Thank
He
you
was,
guys.
he was Robert Laserdick, and then he had a tragic urination accident. Now he's Bob Laserdick.
now he's
No, he's Bob Thumb Drive.
Bob Thumb Drive.
So if you like our random
Anyway.
datiness, tune in for other shows on this channel. I'm on tomorrow night's weekly affirmations from 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific, and Claudia has
it's
a
new
new
time.
show.
On Fridays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's called Anime Blast. It's where we play games that are themed about anime.
And Friday on DFA, I will be a villain. You should tweet me any tips, things, strategies you would like to see used against.
We should talk. I made some really overpowered abilities for you to use in battle.
Excellent.
And Saturday is the Lord's Day.
Yes, Mordecai.
All right, guys. So coming
Shalom.
up next.
I thought Thumb Drive was okay, Claudia.
Aw, thank you, KB Tibbs.
It's a tip argument.
Yeah.
Forget the Seattle mayor. This is the
David.
important question of the day. Now, okay, yes, so moving forward at 10 p.m., it of course is going to be time for Honesty Hour. Our very own AJ, aka Detective Cross from Vanquished, is going to be here. And this is a great show if you haven't seen it. It's a heart of heart, it's a state of the channel. We go into a lot of depth and detail and kind of honestly put everything out on the table for you guys. So get your questions in Discord. And we'll be talking to you soon. That's at 10. Yep, and get ready for the rest of the week. Sounds like we're going to be seeing a lot of you.
Sir,
Question.
who's gonna be on us today? Did you already say it?
I just said it.
Okay.
But it's gonna be AJ. I mean, I can answer the question. It is still AJ.
Hasn't changed.
Yes. Wait, but who's hosting it?
Yes. I've eaten a lot of chocolate espresso greens.
We've been going at that glass pretty hard.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have you ever?
I get to drive home with her.
Have you?
Oh yeah, I helped.
Have you ever had that moment though where you're like, I need to be attentive, and then you forget to like actually be attentive
Yes.
because you're trying to be.
You're
attentive?
focusing on.
I don't know, Genova. I think AJ would know a lot about how my warriors die.
No. Oh.
Hashtag AC in the face.
Soon. That's a villain for you right there.
I'm a villain!
My real name is Bob USB Key. True story.
Bob USB key.
Of course. This is like Pandora's box.
Yeah, this is
We're never gonna get out of here now.
Ha ha ha. Get it all out. Like I haven't heard it before.
Bob Laserddick.
Someone pointed out that Dick is also short for Robert, or I guess
Yeah.
more Richard, but yeah.
So it's
Dick
Laser
Dick.
I'm sorry, it's not too soon. How long has it been? Over 4 months. That's not too soon.
Get it all out is exactly what Bob Laserddick has trouble doing.
All right, I'm throwing it.
Wow, I guess it's time for us to go. Anyway, stay tuned. Of course, 10
This is
o'clock.
what happens before the show as
Honesty
well.
Hour. Yes.
Yes.
And of course, coming up tomorrow, a bunch of awesome programming. Off the Trails, LAN Party, and of course, weekly affirmations at its new time at 6 p.m. So be there. It's going to be awesome. Cheryl's going to be there wherever she is.
My heart.
You guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.